Alice. I'm going live on YouTube too. Hey, YouTube. I thought I cleaned the screen off. Really? We're not. Here we go. You're not supposed to see that cord. Hold on. I'm talking about on YouTube. Y'all can't see it. But I don't want to. I don't want to. There you go. I don't want to fall on my lap either. Good morning. I was digging deep in the closet this morning. It's cold out there. So I had to put on some stuff. You know what? I love my cats. I see a big old hair that's trying to get on my lip too. It's just waving in the air like, we're jabbing on your lip in a minute. Yes. Also, I have on my ears. This is just Alice talking about Alice. I can't have it this close though because I can't be still. See, I've been sent somebody into convulsions with all this movement I got going on. There we go. Okay. Anyhow, this is just Alice talking about Alice. Also, Alice just talking about Alice. It comes. That's what makes it nourishing to my soul and helpful to my body. That when I get the downloads, they flow through me. I'm not looking for agreement, understanding, camaraderie, any of that. I'm not looking for fellowship unless it's there already. You know what I'm saying? If a person already agrees with how I feel and they've been through, I'm not trying to trauma bond with anybody either. That's a new thing I just learned. I learned about trauma bonding. And it's amazing. Trauma bonding. Wow. But I'm not trying to do that either. I'm not trying to be understood, any of that. This is just Alice talking about Alice. God put me on this journey for healing, and it's working for me. It's nourishing to my soul. It's energetic to my spirit. My body is healthy. My skin is healthy. My mind is healing. My emotions are healing. And it comes. I had said this before. I would love to write things down as they come. Or for instance, my lash talk isn't just when I'm putting on my lashes. It's my whole morning routine. I talk while I'm in the shower and all that. But I would love sometime to write down some of those conversations because they're kind of deep and enlightening too. But it's not meant to be. And Alice just talking about Alice, my talking, whatever way I talk, if somebody think I'm rambling or I'm going crazy, whatever, that's just like my writing. That's why some of my poems are long, some of them are short, some of them are this way, some of them are that way. Because I pray about it, God give it to me, and I write until it stops. No, I don't close my eyes and write. Sometimes I close my eyes and type. Sometimes I close my eyes and write. But, I'm not entranced or anything. I just write until I'm done getting what I get. So when I'm talking, I talk till I'm done. And when I'm done, I say, "Ooh, look at the time." I'm done talking. Oh my God! I've talked the whole day away. Oh, glory be! I'm just saying, this is the journey I'm on, and I'm sharing it. I'm sharing it. It's not. I'm not supposed to. I'm not supposed to keep it to myself. I'm not. I can't anyway. I can't. That's not healing for me. That's not. No, that's not good for me. That's not good for me. That's not good. That's not good. To try and attempt to be anybody other than I am, and of course, there are always going to be people who disagree with everybody. But don't focus on me. I'm going to tell you before I continue that long conversation. I finally got smart. I always put my water in this expensive cup. That was well worth it. I won't show you all of it. Anyway, it does keep things hot and it does keep ice cold and all that. Normally I have ice water in here, and I have a cup of coffee that keeps getting cold, keeps getting cold, keeps getting cold. Anybody else hear a bell ringing? No. Finally, I put my coffee temperature that I like, and it's been that way for a while. Here, sweet. Probably about 170 degrees. I like that. It's sugar. Not sugar, it's sugar. I passed the sugar mark when I passed 2 teaspoons. I don't use teaspoons. I tell you everything else. Let me tell you this. I use a little cup that's in my sugar container, the canister. There's a little cup in there. I use that, not the whole cup. I don't fill the whole thing up, but it's not even a sugar measuring cup. It's a cat food measuring cup. I mean, I never measured cat food with it, but even if I had, I would have washed it, but that's not the point. The point is, I don't know how it ended up in the sugar thing. It's been in there for a long time. It works perfectly. And I just scoop what I want out of the sugar thing, and then just dump it in my coffee, and that's how I do it. I like these. But I'm gonna be honest with you. My big head already tight. It is. I don't really like nothing on my head. I said that before. I don't even like wearing hats. But I'll say it again. I look good in hats though, but I don't. Me and my mom used to play in hats. My mom like hats. But when she passed the hats, I don't wear hats. I used to like the hats Jack Kennedy wear. I like cowboy hats, female cowboy hats. I love the female drill sergeant hat. I mean, it's not something I'd wear on the streets. I don't love it like that, but it's nice. It's cool. It's cool. I mean, some drill sergeant school before they go to BNOC and stuff, and it was a beautiful woman there, of course. And I said, I love those. I said, I love your hat. That's what I said to her. This woman had nerve to raise her head up and say, you too can earn one. Wait a minute now. I mean, I I wasn't interested in earning one. I was goddamn what I talk about. Can't take a damn compliment. And I started laughing. Look, wait a minute. Good morning, Miss D. I mean, both she and I, and I'm saying that properly, we standing out there in pre-dawn cold, damp weather in Texas, in the dark, getting ready to get in formation. Now, we just barely got a chance to eat, and we getting ready to do something, go to class and try to stay awake. I don't know what we getting ready to do, but her uniform looked nice. She had on the female drill sergeant hat, and I always love that. I told you I never forgot the female drill sergeant from my basic training. I don't know if they're still alive, but they made an impression on me. Damn, I know. That's probably why my arms still kind of look the way they do. I did so many push-ups. Dang. Oh my God, I was always on the ground when I was in basic training. Anyway, this one, we out there in the dark, we just shooting the shit. But I turned around and looked at her, and I said to her, I love the female drill sergeant hat. She must have been still drunk the night before. I don't know. She looks at me and she raises her head. She says, "You too can earn one." I died laughing. She got so angry. But I'm like, really? We were the same. She had on sergeant stripes. I had on sergeant stripes. She is a woman. I'm a woman. We both here in basic leadership course, right? And you ain't above me. I don't care if you graduated from drill sergeant school. I graduated from nursing school. I ain't shit. You ain't shit. I ain't saying no earning no damn hat. I was complimenting. But what was so funny is when I didn't think of this then, but I did laugh at her because she the way she said it was like she basically told me, "You can get one, but right now you ain't shit." And I just couldn't take it. I had to laugh. Like, okay. At that point, I had no ambitions to be a drill sergeant. I think she might have planted that seed because by the time I came back from no. By the time I came back from leadership school, I think I was thinking about it. Anyway, but that was funny. But I think about it being funny now, because you want to talk about can't take a compliment. Because I get on myself, lately a lot about that. Like I talked about the day on my birthday when the barista from one of the places I frequent, we don't know each other's name, but I'm always grinning and yakking, and she's smiling and yakking, and we talking, and she tried to give me a free coffee, and I turned it down, not being mean, but I was like, I don't want to take money from her business. I'm thinking of her hustle. I mean, she ain't told me to take me down that damn yellow brick road. Ain't nobody asked me all that. Just take the goddamn coffee. And then when I didn't take it, I saw, she didn't look like she was going to die, but it's kind of like a little disappointment in her eyes. And I was like, damn, just take the brown water. But I couldn't take it then. And then there I go in my head. Yes, I'm telling the truth. I wanted to go back so bad and just do all that explaining as to why, I didn't take the coffee, And I know what would happen. She would have said, I know, me too, because I often have counseling sessions everywhere. Not me being a counselor or them being a counselor. We just use each other. Fuck, I'll be yours, you be mine. But I didn't want, God is working with me on over explaining. I get to kind of do that here, but and the guilt of not doing what I was supposed to do. All I had to do was reach up and take the coffee. That's all I had to do. Normally I pay for the coffee first. And I'm like, no, oh God, just I'll take the brown water with all that sugar and cream. I could have took that coffee, enjoyed that coffee, and I was guilty all day. Not just that day. Now, every time I go by there now, I feel a little guilty. That's probably why I didn't get my coffee there the other day. Because I'm embarrassed. Why? It's coffee. Get over it. But you know what I'm saying? That's too deep on a level, but you have to understand. I'm learning to not understand. I'm not saying anybody ever gave me. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I learned to receive. Not like that. Givers have to learn to receive. Givers overgive. Anybody who's an overgiver know what I'm talking about. And no matter what somebody tell you, say they want to give you, you swear you already got it, and you don't need it. And it's just it don't matter. If I already got it, and it's not being greedy. It's not being selfish. It's not any of those things that have been implanted into my mind as to why I don't deserve a motherfucking thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, all that. Don't be greedy. But, other people agree. I mean, I can see people with money in their hand and they'll see me something and they say, buy me this. And I used to do it. You know what? Sometimes people, I know for a fact people I can see them go, because I will not do things that I used to do. Sometimes I don't even hear you. Why? I don't even answer. Because I know goddamn well you ain't talking to me with no purse full of money. Not that I looked in your purse, but you know, people who got a purse full of money like you to see that they got a purse full of money. The last thing I want you doing is counting all my little balled up dollars I got stuffed in one part or another of my wallet. I be taking my little balled up dollars out, apologizing. You know, people don't care. I guess as long as they ain't wet. I'm serious. As long as they ain't wet. I'm not, now they don't care. They kind of wear, some of them wear, most of them wear gloves. I don't know. You know, I never really, do they wear gloves? I'm too busy looking, trying to see who the hell I'm talking to through the mask. Do people wear gloves? I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, not only taking gifts, not taking gifts, but it's not the taking the gift part that God has been working with me since my birthday. It's like getting out of my head. Okay, it happened. I said no, I didn't get the coffee. It's good and it's not punishable by death, Alice. Let it go. But you know, I'm all in my head. Not because I felt I did. You know, it's not because disappointed or anything. It's not that big deal like that. It's not. I don't want to hurt nobody. It's not overkill like that. Understand it. I'm not some sap. I'm not a sucker. It's not for her. It's total selfish. Really, really honest. Say it like it is. It's selfish. It's all about my healing. It's about me, like, take it. You know, just like now when people say, you know, ooh, else I like your dress. I have learned to smile, say thank you. I used to say, oh, well, you know, I got this from here and there and there. I never say the price. God damn it, just like, I need my magic light. No, I'm playing. But no, I used to say I got it from here and there. I never say the price because my mother, she let me know. I told you about Precious Georgine. That is the what crash. Don't tell. I'll leave just $100. You know, you're an idiot. Why would you pay $100? No, I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Anyway, it's total selfishness. It's learning to get out of my head. You know, take those, like I said earlier, those little deposits that are in my head, whether it's proper etiquette, whether it's polite, whether it's good manners, whether it's not letting people run over me, whether it's standing up, whatever the rationale and the reason and the excuse for me having these implants, I have to learn to work them. You know what I'm saying? I got to learn to, if I say I want it, I got to learn to accept it. You know, I got to learn to not, like I keep saying, ain't like nobody don't give me nothing. People always give me things and I love it. I love, like, for instance, like this, I told you about the guy that gave me the flowers. They didn't make it home, but it doesn't matter. He don't know that. He's not on Facebook. It's not the point. But he gave me flowers, and it's like, you know, it's just a place. Sometimes if I'm out there and I'm driving by, and you know, I'll stop. Don't let nobody be outside. I ain't doing nothing anyway. And I was so happy to see him, you know, up without the walker, and not without the walker. He was sitting on the walker. I said, I'm not trying to exaggerate, but he was ambulating. Excuse me. He did walk from here to there, you know. And I saw some flowers. They was almost sunflowers. I love sunflowers. And when I looked at him, he said, oh, I have these for you, right? And I reached for him, and when I did, with my graceful self, I kind of knocked some of the petals off. I don't react. I don't give a damn, it's damn near dead. I can knock all the petals off and take the stems. I'll take them wet ass stems with me because he cares for me. He's an older gentleman. He cares for me. And he kind of looked surprised, and he said, oh, and these two, right? And they were orange. They were really pretty. They were really pretty all over the bottom, whatever the part of the car is over there, the floor of the car. I don't care. I get them. When I get the coffee, I get them. Or I'll go by there and let those young people do it. My back bothers me. I don't feel like it. Anyway, ain't hurt nothing. They don't stink or nothing. I don't know what kind of flowers they are. They almost look like sunflowers. Kind of got the same leaves. Not leaves, petals. But they're not the chrysanthemums. If you say that, I can't. Those things stink like lilies. Why would they say Jesus was a lily of the valley? Lilies stink. And then they get all bright. Oh, ew, Jesus ain't no lily. Jesus ain't no lily. She's a tenacious flower. He grows anywhere. And don't go there, I'll stay out of there. Anyway, come back over here. Also with the taking out implants of and as I always have to say this, the implants, they're not all negative. You understand? Like I said, even if it is proper etiquette, sit up straight, do all those things. I have to, for instance, if I'm sitting up straight, I have to be sitting up straight because it's comfortable for me. Because, well, by now it's uncomfortable not to, right? But you know what I'm saying? You understand? I mean, it's not all selfish. Everything don't have to be for me. But like, because I'm relationship, family oriented, and in order to have, in my mind, really, in all up in here, and experiencing everything, in order to have a cohesive relationship with anybody, male, female, kids, dogs, there has to be some give and take. Really, even though I walk around here screaming and fussing sometimes, don't nobody listen. So, but I'm allowed to fuss. Like, if Tinker's bothered, Tinker's a cat now, but he's my baby. And I'll fuss and fuss and fuss and fuss about leaving me alone. There's food in the bowl. I just gave you some temptations. Goddamn, Tinker. If I keep giving it to you, you're going to grow like you ain't going to want it. That haven't happened yet, my baby. My Tinker got a Jones for the temptations, y'all. And I make sure he get every variety, too. That's right, the catnip ones, the shrimp ones. Mix it up. He ain't got to eat chicken all the time. But anyway, I'll fuss and fuss. And sometimes he'll go and sit down and give me a minute. And that may seem like nothing to somebody, unrealistic to somebody, but it's real. Get back a minute. Damn, I'm tired of stepping on you. Shit, I'm tired of bumping into the refrigerator. Because my kittens don't care. They walk right in my feet. Especially, and Tinker is muscular. Get off the cat. So I'm not talking about my cats. The cat's outside the boy. What I'm talking about this morning is that while I was having my shower, God really, not when I say God has me laughing, I wasn't in there laughing like I was looking at some comedy damn show. Occasionally he makes me laugh at myself because I'm in the shower what time was it? I think it was maybe 3:30 this morning. I'm in the shower. I'm having a good time in the shower. And God says to me, guess what? We made it. I like, yeah. I did. Not nothing to do with I said nothing to do with, just individual things, uncategorizing everything. I had gone through it with God about things I had not grieved. You understand? Not just, my mother, my great grandmother, all these. I mean, there's so many individual things that I can't say other people. I'm still learning to talk in the first person. So if I say people, I'm talking about Alice. Just Alice, talking about Alice. I did not realize that I would start to grieve one process and I was going right into one process into another. It's so many things to grieve. Even I realized like even graduating for me, because I'm not a professional student by any means, but I find pleasure in learning. I really do. And then when I have a goal to complete, to accomplish, to graduate, that was a speaker. That was not a burp or fart, but it might happen because I had greens and dress. But something like, I did not realize, and this didn't all come on this morning, okay? But I'm just saying, guys, that when each time I would graduate, it was a grieving process. I grieved. I think maybe I didn't know I didn't have anything else to do. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing else to do. Each time I graduated from something, there was a lull. Even when I got my bachelor's degree, even though there was I was going to the same school, not all the same teachers, but the same teachers. It was still a lull in between. We had to wait till some other students came along, so it was like a 3-4 month process. That's a long time for me. Not in that sense, but at that time I was extremely impulsive, extremely, and I was going towards another thing, but about to overwhelm myself. I didn't know that. Sorry, I just know my computer said that it raises up. Want to try that? No, but just grieving everything, and then I think back. As I said, I'm not gonna, like categorize. I'm gonna lump um terrible griefs together without trying to sound cold. Okay, but this is my stuff, so I can say it how I have to say it. Okay, not how I want to say it, but I have to. Okay, excuse me. Let it go. I'm sorry. Is that you rather I burp than start slobbering? No, I'm kidding. But I think back, and I think, okay, how I started to. I forgot, I was doing the small grieving processes anyway, and then my marriage, my career, my brother, my great grandmother, then no, wait, my sister, my eldest sister, then my brother, then my great grandmother, then my mother, then all this other stuff just started, you know what I'm saying? And I did not. Yes, I cry even now. I can't even tell you. I really cannot tell you a year without looking it up. My brother died, or my great grandmother, or my mother, because it's kind of like I put it out of my head, and I still cry to this day. I have horrible crying, not fits, but just I feel like I'm gonna break apart into a sometimes, and then I stop. And now it's like I cry for them, and it's a different kind of crying for them. It's like I cried for them because I can finally cry for them, and I don't stop to cry. I can just doing anything. Sometimes, like Verano did it this morning. I don't know what my baby was feeling emotional. That just breaks my heart. I don't know what to do. But I know I can't do nothing. He's a teenager. He's hormonal. He's got Alice. Let the boy handle his own. Be letting him do his own thing. Anyway, he was brushing his teeth, and I was going in the bathroom to pick his hair out and get his eye boogers and all that, because all he's gonna do is brush at his teeth, and I got to go in there and say get the other side, and I got to, Anyhow, then I had to cut fingernails too this morning. So anyway, when I was all done, I fluffed his hair and everything. I walked out of the bathroom, but I turned back, and he was looking at himself in the mirror crying. Not like, ooh, but it's so horrible. My baby's eyes fill up with these tears. It breaks my heart. And it's funny. I'm going to be honest with you. He cries like me. He cries just like I mean, he does not make a sound. And it breaks my heart. So I see, like, it's funny because, God always shows me things, and my mother used to get so angry when I cried. And it would just break my heart even more. Until the point she would tell me to get away from her, and that would just kill me. And now I see why she would do that. Because when Ronald tried to comfort him, I tried to soothe him, and he doesn't want it. And what my mother used to say that about me, because I tell her when we started to bond more. I didn't believe me. Like, I know a lot of kids say, "Mama, you didn't do this." I didn't do that. I asked her one time though, how come we was never huggy? I mean, not like it would come up. We'd be looking at something or whatever. And I said, Mama, how come we wasn't huggy? She'd say it straight out. My mother didn't give me no long, drawn out ancestral history. She'd tell me, she said, "That was because you didn't want me touching you." She said, from birth. She said, you would just lay there and look up in the sky and be smiling, blistering up and pissing. That's how it is. That's how it was. That's how, take care of it. That's what you get for doing it. I didn't ever say that. I guess maybe I might have looked at it like that a couple times. Like, who's doing the screwing, me or you? Well, don't get me down that road about doing it without protection, grown people, consensual and making humans and complaining. Take her responsibility. Just thought about that. No, I'm playing. Anyhow, I'm just saying, I never actually, not never, that's what I try not to use such definite words. That's not definitive. That's the word. Definitive words. Never is not a true word. I have grieved. Understand? I don't have a big treasure chest like Pandora's box of grief and things to unload. That is not what Alice is just talking about. Alice about. It's not that. I've grieved. I cried. Even more freely now. It's so good to be me. To just be me. I just don't. I used to care so much about how people felt about how I feel, but I don't. When I say I don't care, please understand, I do care. But the thing is, if you don't feel the way that I feel, okay. If you don't believe the things I believe, okay. If you don't believe I believe the things I believe, okay. Don't spend so much time on it though. Let me be. Just let me be. Just let me be. I ain't mess with you. Leave me alone. Seriously, I know who I am. And people don't stop. They just, it's funny. Like you. And then my brother. I'm saying these things. I'm going in circles, but I'm coming back around to the familiar thing. For instance, my brother, he would do what I have learned now. Just like I used the phrase trauma bond earlier. I heard that, and then I looked up a little bit about it, and then I read some more about it. Ooh, trauma bonder. Ooh, wee, all mixed up. I'll go back to the other one in a minute. But trauma bonding. I'm out here skipping the light, and I'm thinking because familiar things has happened to another person or whatever, that we have things in common. Okay, so we get along. No, not always. Sometimes I was connecting with people who have been hurt in the same way I have been hurt, who have been molested as a child, who had been abused as a woman, who, all these different things. And, and instead of being able to uplift one another, please understand what I'm saying. I'm not talking about nobody. This is just Alice talking about Alice. Okay? Instead of being able to uplift one another and carry one another through, we pulling each other back, pushing each other forward, and then pulling each other back because we don't know how to get out of it. All we know how to do is keep talking about what happened, keep talking about how we ain't gonna take it, but steady manifesting the same shit, steady being manifested to the same shit, same type of people, same events, all that. And I'm not when I say events, I'm not talking about concerts, going to the park, groceries. I'm not meaning in that event. I'm talking about, here we go, Alice, here we go. We're going with the spiritual thing again. We are spirits. God is high vibrational. High vibrational. Man would like to make you believe there's no way you could be as high vibrational as God. We're supposed to be as high vibrational as God. God is love. Not in a competitive way. Ain't nobody competing with the I am. How you gonna compete with I am? How you can't? But you got to get up there because we're love. God is love. We're of God. God made us. We're just like Him. He said it. He said it. People want to pick and choose what they want to use. Use it all. He said it. We just like Him, just like Him, all the way through. So understand this. We gotta be high vibrational. High vibrational people have to understand low vibrational is always going to be attracted to high. Because high vibrational is light. Light. Bright light. Like I don't know why I like that movie, The Fog. But I do that sound in the background, in the fog, and I can just smell the sea air, but I love the lighthouses. That the ones that go around like this, because they keep them now. We're gonna go there, we're gonna stay away from rocks, okay? Let me stay over here. Okay. But high vibrational is like that light. They don't high vibrational people, they don't people, spirits, souls, they don't just shine their light in one direction. High vibrational people, like I said, the light may not wobble. I'm just doing that because I like the way that light wobble. I can help it. But it goes in all directions. And that's what God talks about being everywhere at the same time. You know what I'm saying? People say, I can't do but one thing at a time. Of course you can do more than one thing at a time. Of course you can. Of course you can. We all do. We just don't want to. None of us want to do some stuff. That's human. But when you're high vibrational and you that bright light, you're going to attract darkness. This is natural. You can't even see light without darkness. You can't even see the darkness without light. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that balance. We're going to go there again. It's that balance thing. But it's torturous being high vibrational because when you how people say make a list of not attributes in that what's it? Not goals, positive, negative side. You know how you drew that paper? Has anybody ever done that? This is the negative and this is the positive. And if you have more positive and negative, however you want to write on your paper. And if it's more positive, then you stick with it. If it's more negative, then you walk away. Okay, that kind of thing. But it doesn't always work out like that. Because when you're high vibrational and you're the light, remember how I tell you sometimes it'll be like wong wong. You constantly like wong wong wong. And the low vibrational is coming and it's taking and it's taking and it's taking and it throws some positive at you. But see, you already a bright light. I hope I'm not losing nobody. You already a bright light. And then God is sustaining you. Okay? But they taking and it take you a long time. Sometimes years, not you, but I'm just saying, it take you a long time, sometimes years, really, to realize that you're actually being drained. You believe that you're being there for people, that you're doing what you're supposed to do, that you're supposed to. You understand? Because really, it's the right thing to do. It's the nice thing to do. I've been there. I understand. If it were me, I would want If it's my child passing along the way, you understand? I would want someone to treat my child this way, on and on and on and on. I respect this person because I expect that. Because I want to give respect. But then they turn around, don't give anything expecting. All that confusion drains high vibrational people. It does. I'm not meaning to laugh, but it's funny because I've noticed this. That when people are, I'll give you an example. As I have to use the church now, I ain't talking about nobody. I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. Okay. The early person. People. I'm not the only one. I always said I ain't the only one. That's why I say I ain't running through no church, no house, nowhere hollering virgin, victim, somebody there. We all up in there, through there. I pull up, somebody else pull up, somebody else pull up. It's always the same 5 or 6 people. We early. Not that we ain't got nothing else to do. Not in nothing like that. The way people make you feel ashamed for being punctual. They make you feel ashamed. Maybe not even intentionally. I'm gonna come back, but listen to what I'm saying. They make you feel ashamed for being punctual, loyal, loving, kind, committed. Yet, when you're not, then they make you feel ashamed for not being loyal, not showing up, not being on time. All in the same breath. All in the same breath. You understand what I'm saying? So here we go with this. So you know, just like when you early, I'm always early. Even when I try to be late. No, I wasn't early born. I don't think Mama never said that. She said a lot of things. She never said that. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna get off of wherever I was going with that. Anyway, stay high vibe. Listen, I said this before. I've been trying to find my family, not my mama's family. I got them. I don't know them all yet, but I'm learning about them because I have names and dates, and I can load those into the computer. But I have a father. I wasn't putting the petri dish. Mama did that thing. See, but as God brings my mind back to me, I know several things, right? Like I always knew. I mean, not always knew. When I say always, I don't mean definitive, but my brother and I figured it out. And we thought it was so funny. I mean, we weren't young, but we were a little older. My brother was born in August of 58. I was born in October of 59. We're only 11 months apart. All right, Mama always complained that she did not know she was pregnant with me for 6 months. All right? Now listen to what I'm saying. And then I'll finish telling the story. My mother was nursing my brother when she got pregnant with me. Okay, because nursing women don't have periods, and she didn't even think about it. She didn't. She even had to laugh when I pointed it out to her. I said, that's what you get fast. I used to say when I was older, I said, Mom, you so fast. My mom was fast, y'all. And, but when she found out she was pregnant with me, it was nothing she could do. Not she would have done anything. Please, my mom ain't bored no babies. I'm just saying it was too late. But Robert was not available. I mean, he's available to hit that thing and move on. My daddy wasn't available. I don't know if he was married or not, but my mother told me he was in the Air Force. And my mama told me that she said some woman, either his sister, his mom, not his mama, that it was either his sister, his girlfriend, or his wife. I can't remember which woman, but she said she was 9 months pregnant. The woman hit her in the stomach with a brick. Right? She tried to kill you. I'm looking at Mama like, you could protect me. I said I made it. It didn't work. But anyway, listen. So she goes on to tell me this long story. Now, I don't know who this woman is, right? But then my mom, okay, she tells me that that there was a storm. She said the night she went into labor, the same way she found out she was pregnant was the same way she found out that she was in labor. She had back pain. She said she had lower back pain and bad lower back pain. So she said she went to the doctor. I'm sorry, my arm. It feel like something biting me. Shit. She said, so she said she went to the doctor, found out she was pregnant again. Anyway, fertile myrtle. Anyhow, but I was it. Anyhow, she said it was a storm the night I was born. And then my daddy had to carry her past the water because it was flooding in front of St. Anthony's Hospital. St. Anthony's is the man who hit me with the car when I was 13 years old. He worked for St. Anthony's. No, for real though. When you think, it was Oklahoma. How far was I gonna go? Anyway, so she tells me they did not have time to, because I was born 59, so they were still shaving and enema. I can't even imagine the way them women are hurting and everything happening. Why leave them? They giving them enemas and shaving. Stop. Leave people alone. That had to have been torturous. But Mama said they didn't get a chance to do all that. Because by the time they got her in there and got her undressed and on the table, my head this part of my head was out. And what? See, now this come back. I don't know if she was teasing or what, but she told me when I came out, how they hand the baby over. She told them that I wasn't her baby because my eyes were slanted and stuff. She did. She told them, she said, that's not my baby. She said she thought they switched me. I was like, Mama, that ain't right. But I'm serious. She never laughed about it. I just thought about that too. Ain't nobody switched me. Fast. That's what you get. I look like you. Oh, it's still hot too. My mom used to say things, But see, what Mama didn't know. What Mama didn't know is that when she would tell us stuff, Granddaddy tells the truth. Us. Let me stop talking like us, like me and my brother and sisters all gathered around. No, we were not. It was me. Because I was in there trying to lick them bowls and eat some cake and learn something. Not how to cook. You think about that. My great granddaddy made pound cakes and he sold them. Every day. Like people came and got them cakes, man. He made these pound cakes. They was bomb, buttery and lemon ones, all that. Anyhow, and I was in there a lot, listening to him, talking to him. I talk so much, I talk a lot. I talk so much. My granddad kept something in my mouth. I'm serious. I was drinking coffee, water, learning to chew with my mouth shut. He's always so sweet. He said, I look back on it now, even back then, it still hurt my feelings, but not crucial. I can't explain, it still hurt my feelings just because he said it, but I'd be talking and eating or something. He said, chew with your mouth closed, baby. He wouldn't be looking at me. It wasn't condemning. It was just a correction. And one thing too I loved about the except when my uncle found Jehovah. I'm sorry. My old hell raising ass uncle. This man. Sorry, wait a minute. My uncle always reminded me of Man, whew. Mm. I'm not going to go over Uncle Woody's history. I'm not my uncle. Anyhow, he became a Jehovah's Witness. And he couldn't stand him. He was my mama's only brother. And she was always so the pee. Sorry. Damn. I'm sorry, that is so funny. Damn, didn't I mean it? I am not lying. He became a I forget. Don't even let me start lying about the dates, But nobody except me. I always loved my Uncle Woody until I didn't. Seriously. He pissed me off. Going to deny my baby. Oh, do what you want with me. I love you to the grave. Don't do mine. Don't do mine. Oh, I'll tell you in a minute. Anyway, my uncle, he always reminded me of Saul in the Bible because he went, you couldn't, no birthday, no Christmas. He didn't say hi. He didn't say hello. He was going door to door, wasn't coming in no churches, wasn't going around no bars, sure wasn't messing with no bitches. Would not give his ex-wife a divorce. She should have got it private. And really, because I think she's been married to him for 39,000 years and been trying to get a divorce for his life. God. Oh. But when I said nobody wanted to talk to him, I said they still occasionally would talk to him, and he would start out, normal, and then next thing you know, not about, family stuff, shit that matter, where you been, how you hang, they don't about the damn Bible. Saying the same thing. But see, also too, excuse me, please forgive my dysfunctional family. They be bumping heads and arguing with each other, saying the same shit. You understand what I'm saying? Saying the same thing. Same thing. I need these people, these learned people. I wasn't even in the Bible at the time. I just love Bible stories and stuff, And I know damn well Jesus said, "Why are you kicking against the prick?" I know what that meant. It had nothing to do with no dick either. Start cutting. Stay out of the man's pants out. Come on back over here and talk about your uncle for a minute, right? Anyway, everybody would argue with him. But when I talk to him, I let him get on in there. Because we're going to get there. We start out talking. Next thing I know, he want to jump over in the Bible. Let's go, Uncle Woody. He tell me something. I said, that ain't what they say, Uncle Woody. Well, Jehovah, I say, Uncle Woody, we all Jehovah's Witnesses. Well, now, I said, don't be trying to split no hairs, flip-flop it around, be charismatic. I said, because I ain't her. You ain't got to settle on me. I ain't coming in no lodge. I said, you ain't coming in church. I ain't coming in lodge. He said, why? I said, same reason why you ain't coming in church. Well, the church is there. I said, so is your lodge. I said, y'all doing the same thing. Y'all gathering together, talking about the Bible. Even though you be trying to walk around handing out them books. Will y'all stop lying? And then the pictures. Those pictures were always really pretty. I always loved the trees and the people standing around eating fruit and shit. And then on the other page, the volcanoes erupting and people. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to be in that. Ain't nothing like he shut up. Stop lying to people. Stop lying. And he be laughing. I ain't funny. He said, "Do you get the Watchtower?" I said, "No, send it to me." I read it. I did. I read the Watchtower. I used. Matter of fact, my uncle, he supplied all of for my thesis. In my study for my master's degree and my bachelor's degree is world religion also, not just theology. A lot of my, not all of them, but a lot of my in-depth study of Jehovah's Witnesses and where it all came from and what they did on the daily and what his head was really like about being a Jehovah's Witness came from my uncle. I interviewed my uncle a lot about that. And it really, I'm not going to stay over here, but when I did my studies, being that I am not an evangelist, a preacher, a reverend, I was not striving to stand behind the pulpit. I wasn't trying to fish no men. I was going to school because I was traumatized, and my pastor kind of used it in the beginning to get me out of the house. I wouldn't come out of the house. So when I started coming out of the house and being a nerd, I couldn't stay. That first class, my first class, church administration, I was done. Not that it was teaching me how to be pinky in the brain. I'm taking over the world. I don't desire to preach or do it. I just loved it. I loved learning. So there I was. Okay, so what I'm saying, as I learned, I forgot what I was talking about. It'll come back to me in a minute. But no, I enjoy learning. I just do. I do. I'm trying to go back to where I was. Give me a minute. I really enjoy learning about the Bible. Oh, kicking against my uncle. Okay, so and then I had no desire to be a preacher or anything, but I learned a lot about a lot of religions, mostly all of them, with more of an open mind. I would like to think, because even a lot of preachers say don't like be it Buddhism and Hinduism and all that. No. God's in all that. Not Buddha. God isn't Buddha. God was in Buddha. You understand? God isn't Hinduism, but spiritualism and the belief that God is over all and God makes changes and God resurrects. Yes, they say reincarnation, but it's still resurrection. Do you understand? When something dies and it gets up, whether it's a physical death or spiritual death, whatever kind of death, it does not go down and come up the same way. There's a resurrection, there's a reincarnation. I never believe nobody come back in no blade of grass, no cow or any of this stuff. But I know, like Tina Marie says, I've been here before. So I believe that. I've always believed that. Not that I couldn't. I believe that they're here and I'm not going to grieve their death. Not like that. When I say the essence of the love stays around, it's empowering. When I know that I can feel the presence of my mother, or I seriously smell her perfume on my cat, or any of this thing, it's empowering to know that though they are not here where I can fuss with them and they can actually get on my nerves, and I wish they'd go sit down somewhere. You know how it is. When they're actually here, they get on your nerves and all that, but when they're gone, goddamn. But it's empowering to know that they're not far. It's empowering to know and understand that all things are connected. I'm not talking about people selling bazookas and all that. Let's not go there. I'm talking about not in no middle ground either, because really there is no middle. There isn't. People would like you to believe that there's a gray area. There's no gray. There's no gray. God is. Anything after that ain't. You know what I'm saying? Really, people want to believe that there's nothing. They want you to convince you, but I don't care. You're not the greatest. There's something greater than yourself. Period. Something greater. And I'm not talking about this Alice, just talking about Alice. And I ain't never been big headed enough to think I was the greatest of anything. And that was an issue too. You know, I'm pretty great at some things. I can burn the hell up out of some stuff. But I mean, that's not great. I'm just saying though. I'm great at some things. But I wouldn't even give myself credit for that. You know, and this all boils down back to that question, not question, but I won't say accusation, but when God told me I didn't love him. It all boils right back down to that. Seriously. Because I'm arguing with him. He's telling me these things are great in me. These are great. I can do these things. And I'm saying them. I ain't believing that stuff. I'm believing it while I'm saying it, trying to believe it. But then I got nothing as far as I was concerned. Do you understand? And by having that conversation, you know, it's just, and loving me and allowing me to love me and not feeling guilty for loving me and allowing me, if I feel like just sitting down, damn, just sit down. That sounds weird. But even when I would sit down, I'd say, damn, I need to be doing something. And I wasn't always doing anything. I was so busy thinking about doing shit. Really? I was like, you gonna do it, mind. And you know, he has helped me not accuse anybody of anything. When I talk about my life, I'm not accusing anybody, blaming anybody. Even if I talk about what happened, what's done is done. Done buns can't be undone. I totally got that. I'm not blaming. I am talking about it. Yes, I'm going to talk about it. Why not? If anybody get tender about it, if they did it, they did it. You shouldn't have did it. Seriously, me too. Like, you know, if I reach on and whack Veronica, because I don't whack him, you know, he don't care. But if on the day that I whack him, he do care. And he gets sensitive and he cry. You know, I got to accept that and apologize. Maybe. You know what I'm whacking for. You know, I ain't trying to be friends. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't trying to be no ogre and, you know, over. Anyway, let's not go down that street. The point is, you know, I have to, there's no point. I have to do me. I have to do me. And back to the light again. It's difficult. This is going to sound weird. People of the light, you know, no, not like that. You know if you're a light. And not like a light bulb. Don't be crazy. You know if you're a light because people come to you. People come to you. You know they ain't your family. People are drawn to you. People exhaust the hell out of you. They do. And you let them. You re-gauge or what is it for? Reboot and go right back in for some more. Even after you've told yourself to yourself out loud, when you was by yourself, you wasn't doing that no more. Maybe you don't do that no more, but you do something similar to that no more. I mean, no more again. You know what I'm saying? So with the loving myself, now I'm get there with the light. When I do it again and would feel exhausted and used, I would beat myself up because I did it again. I was the fool. No. God, stop that too. So you often hear me saying, no negative self-talk. I've said it so quick, sometimes people look at me like, what? Don't interrupt me when I'm putting myself down. Let me finish. No, you may not finish in front of me. You may not finish putting yourself down in front of me. I don't care. Get mad. I don't care. Stop it. Stop putting yourself down. Stop beating yourself up. Even in your mind. Trouble don't last always unless you focus on trouble lasting always. That's what I found out. I found out because you hear me talking about manifestation and people intercessing and people praying and all that other stuff. Get offended if you want to. Everybody standing in front of the church praying ain't focusing on praying. Everybody walking back and forth, talking and speaking in tongues. They talking and speaking in tongues. Come on now. Even the most focused person in the world, I don't care. I can focus. I bead. I do cross stitch. I embroider. I know how to focus. But even then, I start singing somewhere over the rainbow. You understand what I'm saying? So come on. I'm not always on top of negativity. I'm saying though. I learned with the help of God and Him always me and always being now that I let loose. I keep saying now that I surrender every moment, every moment, every moment. You know, I accept that I have Him in me. I accept that it's glorious and it's beautiful and I'm going to follow and do. I don't care how odd it sounds. I don't care if I sound like I belong on the front of a Fruit Loop box and I skip the light thing with the Tricks Rabbit. I don't give a fuck. I don't. I know. I seriously know, and it's untangling my knots. And I'm happy and I'm joyful, and He reveals me to me, not to shame me, not to put me down as a person or a man would do intentionally or unintentionally, but so that I can smooth that out and make it right. Not that I want to be right in the sense of right and wrong, but the more right God makes me, the more at peace I become. The more I realize I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. Just like I said about going back to the barista. That was not peaceful. Being all in my head about it, and even if I had gone back and started to talk and explain, and she got other customers and she can't hear it and she's rushing me, I'd have been embarrassed. And really? Is that peace? Is that peace? Is that joy? Is that necessary? No. So it was done. It was done. Okay? Let it go, Alice. No negative self-talk. You're not a buffoon. You're not crazy for not accepting the gift. Okay, you want not listen what I'm saying when I say I want gifts. Please understand I don't want gifts in that sense. But I'm on a journey for my health, really, and God has already told me how Him's gonna be. And when I say spoil me, I don't mean going to buy me all these diamonds and all. I don't need that. People kill you for that kind of stuff. My abundance and joy with my Him and things like that will come differently. You know what I'm saying? Differently. Anyway, but anyhow, I got to be able to receive without feeling like I'm taking or asking for somebody for something. You know, I get all that stuff out of my head. You know, because you hear me say it on here. Ain't nobody said nothing to you, Alice. And I have to say nothing. It ain't no nothing. No one's addressing you. Ain't nobody said nothing to Alice. I be over here arguing about stuff that ain't here. That ain't nobody said nothing to me. Do you understand? But it works out so much shit that when I go out into the world, I'm like, who wants glitter and flowers? Because I work that shit out with God. It's not necessary to I have found in my life being an empath and a light and the way that I am, God has taken several things away. Not just the junk, the and all the realizations, but my needing my wasn't I didn't need it. I really didn't need it. I was taught that I needed it. Closure. I don't need closure. That I needed to tell a person about something in order to be forgiven. I don't, you either do it or you don't. It's not for me. Anyhow, it's for you. And whether you forgive me or not, God has thoroughly, completely. Okay, so it ain't no showing up later to stand in judgment for it. I've done that. Okay, I'm not standing no goddamn line, waiting on my turn to be humiliated about all the shit I done did in my life. No. What I do when God be right there, like, I know damn well you. He don't say damn well. That's Alice now. Understand that God don't cuss like that's my sailor vocabulary. Touched out by a little truck driver, Anyhow, he be standing right there. Cause I be, like looking. He was like, I know damn well you ain't finna do that. So it ain't no judgment. I ain't standing no line behind you. That's what people don't understand. Ain't nobody standing behind. God see you ain't standing behind nobody. He see you. Where you going, Alice? I nowhere. Then you go back in the house and you ain't got nowhere to go. What you doing? How you gonna have peace if you going out for chaos? You know what I'm saying? Understand what I'm saying? No, I said I don't need that. I don't have to be there. I don't. He's teaching me all that. And when I say there, I mean, for instance, I want to make changes to some things. And I'm not the kind of person that I want it to be only my idea and I'm going to get an LLC on it. And I want, what the hell was that? And I want to get started and only me. I really am not even caring if my talking, I was just talking about else, I say something and it sparks something in somebody else and they go along and start something with the homeless and all that. I ain't gonna feel crunchy. I ain't gonna feel no kind of way, but rejoiced. You understand? I want to put a bug in somebody's. I can't do nothing. I tried. Don't get me wrong. I ain't belly aching. I ain't trying to be Captain Save a Hole or any bastard nowhere in this world. I've been there. Really gave. I would give a person. I'm trying to tell you, I can't do it. I cannot do it. And when God finally got that down in me, that I can't do it by myself. There's a song I used to love. We used to sing in church. I'll go if I have to go by myself. All right? Send me, I'll go. All right? No, I won't. I'll go on this journey by myself because I have no other choice. It is a personal, intimate, individual journey. I have no choice about that. You understand? But am I going to go and try to out into the world, try to heal the world on my own? No, I'm not. Will I sit here by myself and just laugh and, and try to let people see that I'm healing? This is what it kind of is about too. Really, it's fun now. Healing hurts. Healing hurts. And I ain't talking about, when I'm talking about healing, taking a good look at myself, not negatively either. Please understand that. God did not, he said he didn't expose me to me. He revealed me to me. He didn't say, look, you need a floss or you got this, you got that. Oh, look what you did. And no. He revealed me to me. He's like, okay, I'll give you a revealing. Wow, I can't think. I revealed. Hold on. Big. I'd always been told I was big. Remember I tell you from my mother always told me how much I weighed. 10 pounds, 11 ounces. I was 23 inches long. All right. And she was kind of mad about it. I didn't put me in there and I didn't push me out. Anyway, I didn't say that. She probably knew I thought that though. But anyway, and then I heard Allie, Big Al, and I was a chubby little kid. Don't get me wrong, because I remember being the tallest girl in kindergarten. I remember that. And I wasn't ashamed of it either. I thought that was something. And then Miss Flowers put my blood on that slide under that microscope. That was it. I wanted to see everybody's blood after that point. And I think that was the first time I heard wait your turn. Because I want to stick everybody now. Not just because I didn't want to be stuck again. You want some more blood? I wanted to see. That was the shit. Y'all have no idea. I still to this day remember the color, remember the movie. I remember everything about that slide and my blood on the slide under the microscope. it was hard for her to get me off that. It was. I was like, damn. She said, okay, come on, I'm wait. Shit. Look at what you look at. God damn. I didn't say I was a little girl, but wow. And then I was never afraid of blood. Mine or anybody else's. Bleed nothing. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Ain't that what you do when you it just made me think of something. Sucked my thumb. People don't understand that because you suck all your fingers. Really? Who do you think I am? Because I sucked my thumb. People thought I sucked all my fingers. And I was one of them little kids, I'd wash your hands. What? I'm gonna lick you off. I'll lick all that off. But I started to put a finger in my mouth to lick something off my fingers, and people would have a fit. No, you never. Don't put your finger in your mouth. No, she put that finger in her mouth. You ain't never seen me sucking no finger. I suck my thumb, and only one of them. Choice thumb. You got to be a thumb sucker to understand about the thumb sucking. I don't know what's wrong with people. Leave people alone. Yeah, some people just, excuse me, while I go down the thumb sucking encounter. Some people do suck too hard and just, but I'm going to tell you something. I love it when I run across some grown-ass man, a grown-ass woman who sucked their thumb. Okay, and you ain't had no braces and all that. If you haven't had braces, I can look at your teeth and see you done sucked your thumb, just like people can look at mine, really. And you simply trying to talk shit to me. Shut up, go home, suck your thumb. Big old baby. I don't say that, but I be looking like, you suck your thumb. You suck something. Not like that. I don't mean like that. We ain't going there. I'm talking about thumb sucking. So I'm going to tell the story again. I think I told it already. I've had nails for a very long time for acrylic nails. I used to have nails in the army, not very long, but I polished my nails all the time. It was funny. When I polished my nails, I can't touch nothing. You have to understand. I did the whole thing, the manicure, the filing, the buffing, the bottom coat. You know what I'm saying? 2 coats of polish, no nicks, no hairs, no nothing. And then the top coat twice. And then I couldn't wipe my butt or nothing. And I always had to use the bathroom. Michael used to love my nails and toes polished, but I couldn't walk hardly. I sure couldn't wipe or nothing. I got pee. And don't be wiping me all hard either. People who aren't damn. Oh, that's the bottom. People who aren't nurses and stuff. I saw that on TikTok one time that a woman did that to her little girl. She said, "Mommy hurt her hand. I boo-booed. I need you to wipe me." That little girl said, "I don't want to wipe your ass." See, I would have did it. I'd been upset, but I'd have did it for my mom. I'd have been mad, but I'd have did it, but kids, shit. I called Verona. Hell, Verona won't help me get up if I fall, so. But my husband, my ex-husband, it wasn't on purpose, but it seemed like as soon as I get my nail, I'm see that looking at him like, they say, I had to pee. I be trying to hold it on again. Then I start looking at it. Because this going to go on a minute or two, a while. I mean, a long time before I start doing this right here. We don't do that. Here, blood. Don't look at my nails. I'm trying to let them grow out before I go in there and let them dig under them to pop this acrylic off. Because I want that popped off and just leave me alone for a little while, let my nails heal. It happened by itself, and so I'm just going to follow it through this time. 3 nails break, they all got to come off unless I go out get them done. It's that time. Anybody got acrylics, they know what I'm talking about. It comes a time you have to let your nails heal for a while. But I've always had my nails, always. I love fingernails, but it's not just a vain thing. It's not just a girly girl thing. It's not just because I like nails. When I have nails, I don't suck my thumb. I don't. Because see, I have to explain. There's an art to my thumb sucking. I don't know about nobody else. There's an art to it. See, me and my thumb, we just hang out. Every now and then I give it a little tug. Every now and then I give it a tug. But other than that, it just kind of lay in there. I don't slobber and all that. I don't see people be like, what are you doing? That is, clean that act up a little bit. It got to a point, serious, where my mother, she would fight about people messing with me about sucking my thumb, because people always trying to get me to stop sucking my thumb. I told you, I came up around the people with the roots and the ideas and the wives' tales and all that. So just like I got my ears pierced on the full moon, I thought about that the other day. I was telling Baron he wasn't interested, but he stood there and acted like he was. Because I hadn't thought about it in a while. These holes here, I got on the full moon. You couldn't pierce ears unless it was a full moon. So that's when I got my holes. I got my full moon. I was thinking about that. But also, I came to people who, always want to tell you don't do this and don't do that. And anyhow, I forget what I was talking about. Oh, what was I talking about? Oh, a lot of people would try to get me to stop sucking my thumb. Number one, by putting things on my thumb, by putting their hands on my thumb or on my head or whatever, and saying things and all that. My mom, if you want to make my mother mad, do something spiritual over me. Oh, my mother, she turned inside out. Or do something nasty like that. You know what? My mother, she would tell me my teeth were going to be bugged and go over a whole list of things, but she never put nothing filthy or hot or anything like that on my thumb. In fact, she was the main one time, and I hope you washing that thumb until she saw how I did things. My thumb didn't touch nothing. Are you serious? I worked like this. Seriously? Don't touch nothing, because I don't know when it's gonna come over me, and it fall in there like that. That's how it happens. Just be there, and then there it is. So I had to keep it clean. It wasn't no today I'm gonna go wash it and here we go. No. It just all of a sudden it fall in there, and I'm in it, and there we are. Me and my thumb. I can't even explain it. And every now and then I give it a little tug, but people would. I remember this one lady put chicken shit on it. And I'm so glad my mom didn't have no weapon, because she's going to hurt that one by putting shit on my damn hand. I was good, though. I wouldn't run while they was arguing. I went right on there and took that gauze off of it, dirty-ass gauze, and I washed my thumb real good. Came outside and put my thumb in my mouth and went on. I know how to clean a thumb. I didn't need no extras. You don't need to put no sugar on my thumb, no Kool-Aid on my thumb. No, don't put nothing on my thumb. I knew a friend of mine, she sucked her thumb. She's always putting shit on her thumb. Sugar, honey. You know what? You eat nuts. You don't even need your thumb for that. You're a disrespected thumb sucking in me. If you gonna suck your thumb, suck it right. Only a true thumb sucker. Understand what I'm saying? I don't mean the thumb sucking covers all the digits. If you one of these, You know what I'm talking about. Everybody got their way. Everybody got their way. But just like you probably never hear me really cry out loud, I hurt myself. Now I can give you a good boo-hoo over that one, but you don't hear me sucking my thumb. I ain't put my thumb in my mouth and show it to you, because then I'm going to turn this thing off, because I got to give it a go for a minute. I'm serious. I like my thumb. And what ended up happening was that my thumb, I can go right out and get my nails fixed. I'm serious. But it broke too short. And there's no way I'm going to go and let them dig under my nail when it's, oh, no. So, there's a little bit of nail right there. And it was hurting. And I was laying in bed. And my back was hurting. And I was on a hot bed. So I did like this. And I started biting it off. Next thing I know, this thumb was in my mouth, y'all. It was laying right there in the right spot. See, and then the thumb go in there, and this finger right here, go right here, just right here, right? Don't cover up no nose, no nothing. We ain't got our fist all balled up like we uptight, and all this here relaxed. You hear me? All that relaxed up in here when we doing the thumb sucking thing. Trust and believe me. And I ain't talking about it to nobody. But it got to a point, I'm seeing my mother would tell people, leave her alone. She don't make noise. She ain't messing. I wasn't nothing. It's kind of like, I think she knew that eventually I'm gonna get my teeth fixed. And then my teeth, I'm not the only one to have a gap. My great grandmother had a gap. It's kind of like my mother didn't have a gap. She probably would have had a gap. She had got her wisdom teeth removed like I did. That's how I ended up with my gap. When I got my wisdom teeth removed, my teeth just moved into place. I don't know nobody want no braces. Everybody got their wisdom teeth of some kind. Everybody's teeth did what they did. Anyway, mine moved into place and I got my gap. But I think I used to suck my thumb a little bit when I was married. My husband, he sit there and me like, why you looking at me sucking my thumb? I know. I don't do stuff like that. Really? Dang, this good. This is really good. It's really good. But anyhow, I'm not just, I'm gonna get off thumb sucking because I do deal with that later. But revealing, with God revealing me to me. Just like dancing. I love to dance. And I'm sure most people who have known me prior to me starting to go out at the Blue Note did not know I danced. Because I did not dance. I could dance all along. But I didn't dance. I just started dancing. Again. It's just like my poetry. I took I didn't write poetry from like about 1995 to about I'd say 2003. You know what I'm saying? Like that span of time, I didn't write anything. It's like I didn't even imagine anything. And then I just started writing again. And it's funny, I don't know the poem by heart, but when I go through my poetry, I come across it. Because at the end of the poem, it said, this is the first poem I've written in so many years. Don't judge me. And I was really talking to myself. But like, for instance, when I talk about God revealing me to me, saying that judgment made me think about something. It's not a judgment. I don't judge. When I say I don't judge me, now I'm saying we're not overall. I don't. I've learned to not pick myself apart. I take myself whole and examine myself. And I started doing that through God's urging when I began to surrender, because that's what I do for everyone else. instead of seeing people and picking them apart. And when I tell a person they're beautiful, I mean, you're beautiful. Like everything about you is beautiful. Your personality, your mind, the way not necessarily the way you speak, but the sound of your voice. Languages, even English and Ebonics and all that, has a tone to it, and it sounds like music. It does. People's voices go up and down, just like you heard my voice just go up, right? It's music. But I mean, your hair, your eyes, the way they shine, everything. And I'm not in love with you. I just think you're beautiful. But I didn't give that to myself. I didn't give myself a whole examination. I was, oh, my hair, it won't lay down. Oh, my ears lower down the right. Oh, see, that's the way I did. By the time I get it together to go out, it wasn't right because I was ready as far as I was concerned. But but in my surrendering to God and Him revealing myself to me, just like with the surrendering, it's over and over and over and over. So is the revealing. It's not like a movie, look at you, look at that. But it's like, I get up in the morning, I get it together, When I say get it together, I get naked, take a shower, and I talk in the shower too, and all that, and and I say to myself, okay, I'm gonna go ahead. What color am I gonna wear? I always say that, and I say, well, I'm gonna wear this one, and I make sure that I'm doing it for me. That of course, I like the colors in my closet, but let me understand what I'm saying. I make sure that I like the color that I'm wearing today. I take time putting on my lashes so that when I look in the mirror, not when I look in here, but when I look in the mirror, they're like I want them to be. Sometimes I put on lipstick over and over again. Sometimes I mix my colors. Not different brands, because I've learned if I'm gonna mix a color, it gotta be the same brand, or I end up with putty and lint on my lips. You gotta learn these things. But I do, not because I'm vain, but because I'm ticky. That's what my mother used to call me, neat and ticky. If I'm gonna wear red, I want red lips. But I don't want to be damn near red. If the dress is red, I want red lips to go with the red dress. Now, if I got on damn near red dress, I want damn near red lips. And with damn near red shoes. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, that's just not on other people. You can wear all different shades of red, and I find that the most amazing, beautiful thing in the world. But on me, I don't have to have on the same solid color, but it's like my shit have to like flow for me. It's not, not never. If I have to tug and pull on my clothes, I won't wear it. And that's before I even leave the house. That's why I tear the house up, getting my room up. I tear my room up because if I got to tug and pull on it, I'm not wearing it. If the pantyhose are too short and the crotch is too low, I'm not wearing them. You know what I'm saying? If I have runs, I'm not wearing them. And that's just me. That's just me. And I used to beat myself up about that, And then, of course, they put a name to it, OCD, and I ain't no such thing. It's wanting it right. But why did I want it right? Stay with me. I know it sounds a little crazy, but why did I want it right? Did somebody tell me, no, you don't look right with runs and all that? No. As I sort things out, nobody told me that. That's me. That's how I like it. And there's nothing wrong with that. That goes back to that loving me. With all the healing and everything that I do daily, moment to moment, in the moment, you know what I'm saying? And then I find out not who did what. Please understand with me. This ain't no who shot John. Even in my revealings of things that has happened to me in my life, even the most tragic things, please understand I'm not blaming nobody. Most of all, I have forgiven me. But what I am saying, as I unravel these things and come to these things and I come to myself and I'm learning what's ancestral, what's generational, what was my mama's, what came from my sister, what teachers, not pointing in it, but what's mine. I'm learning what's mine. That's it. Okay. What's mine? I'm learning what's mine. And that's mine. My refusing to wear uncomfortable shoes. If I put my shoes on, I mean this. If my shoes are even uncomfortable under the ball of my foot, I'm talking about heels, I won't wear them because I have some strength. I walk hard. Damn, I got no strange feet. I got feet that hurt when I walk in uncomfortable shoes. Shit. I walk hard. You know, I don't tiptoe. I damn near stomp. My mama told me I would look like I was stomping potatoes. So, you know, cause but I was always in the garden every time. I was always picking tomatoes or stomping potatoes. That's a song, Mama. I just thought about that. God, be creative, Mama. Damn, never mind. But I've learned to own what's mine without without feeling guilty about it. Like, you know, that's mine. So what? If I like things a certain way, so there's nothing wrong with it. You know, my brother used to call me uppity. You know, my husband called me snooty. I'm not bougie. Well, no, but you know what I'm saying. I'm not above anybody. I don't look down on anyone. But what's wrong with holding my head up high? What's wrong with sitting up straight and holding my shoulders back? What's wrong with me loving me? Not a goddamn thing. What's wrong with having standards? And my standards don't have to be anybody else's standards. Your standards don't have to be mine. You know, I stopped making false vows to myself and anyone else. All these fake loyalties and pledges and alma matos and shit. Damn everybody in this world. And I mean it in this sense. You understand? Not as simple as I came in this world alone. I travel alone. I'm going to die alone. Not that damn topsy-turvy, but when the rubber meets the road, it's just me and God. You understand? So I can't go around worrying about everybody else think. When I get up and I dress, and if I stand here and I like my little leopard, I think that's leopard butterfly pants and my little raggy top, and what I feel like a matching earrings and lipstick, if I like it, you understand, then it's good. And it used to be, I'm serious, I was so hard on myself. I felt like I just had to love everything. I love everything anyway. This is me. I can't even. Somebody said, what song you love? I love that one, and that's my song, and that's my song too. Alice, who do you love? I love so, and I love so. Now, if you ask me who am I in love with, I mean, as far as romantically, no one. But I am very much in love with Ronald. You know what I'm saying? Like that. But as for the man, no one, you know. But who do I love? The list goes on and on. Even people I don't even talk to no more. Probably would hit with a bat if I see them again. I still love them. I do. I still love them. And I'm not one of those people who say I don't like them anymore. There are things about them that I do not like. Absolutely. But I still love them. My love don't flip on and off like that. And that's my biggest problem. That's one of the things I used to pray to God. Damn, along with take my appetite to pray, would you please harden my heart, God? Because I can't. That's one thing about me, just drive me nuts. If I love somebody, I love them. That don't mean I've learned through hardships and everything to not give in to the love, to run from the love bombing and the emotional blackmail and just fucking hurt your feelings if you won't listen. But that don't mean I don't love you. And that ain't tough love. That's good loving on me. Take your ass on somewhere, sit down, leave me the fuck alone. I'm gonna make you. Now, I got it from a mailman. Dog. I'm sorry, I was trying to put in your eyes. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to knock your head off. I told you go sit down. I've done it. You know, your mama hit you right there. That'd be the same thing. I get tired of telling you to leave me fuck alone, and I fuck around, fuck you up, and then be like, look, damn, I'm sorry. Here, take your eye back. See, now I told you, sit down. That's how your mama do. She beat you to death and want to put some iodine on you. She go with that. Let me stop there. But seriously, I'm God. God is working. He is, when I say revealing me. Listen, I'm getting ready to tattle on myself. I'm not. These tattles aren't really something that I write down, as you can see, or I plan to tell y'all, or I would normally tell you under normal circumstances. I'm telling you this. I have to do it as it comes. So I'm gonna tell you. I talk about my him all the time, and I'm supposed to meet him. I don't know where, when, how, what, but I'm supposed to meet him. So I got to leave my house. That is clear instruction. God, I got to leave my house. So I do. And then I go out and I talk to people. I love talking to people. But if I'm sorry, God, forgive me. I had to say it. I don't want to say it. I really don't want to say it. But I'm going to say it. But if I see in a man's eye or something that he's interested in me, it kind of makes me uncomfortable. And I don't know what to do about it. I mean, I can talk to, all the cashiers and just friendly people. I can talk to the beggars and the hobos and the needy and the down and out. And I can talk to the handsome and the strong and the married and the connected. I can talk to anybody who don't want me when I want somebody to want me. Isn't that fucked up? I mean, I shouldn't probably say it like that. But that's tragic. It is. And, don't get me wrong. I'm not lonely. I'm not thirsty, desperate, all that. I'm not none of that. None of that. I like me. I enjoy me. Sometimes I get in the car and I laugh about how I just weave through that web, or maybe they might have been interested. And then sometimes I get in the car and I'll go and I say, damn, maybe I should have said something. But I'm not. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Like I almost run from people. I do. Like they were painting the house next door. It had to be 5 men over there painting the house, y'all, of all ages, all physiques, nationalities, and just just a smorgasbord if you want your pickings. I dash out on the porch. I wouldn't mean to dash, but I go out there to do whatever I'm gonna do, get my cats or whatever. And when I step out there, they all look up. I say hi, and it's one man I always talk to, and I talk to him, but then I look up and they all be looking. And I come back in the house, not because they gonna do nothing to me. I'm not scared. Scared. I'm not like that. Yeah, I'm scared. Not like that though. Like that. Y'all know what I mean when I say not like that. I'm not scared nobody gonna choke me, beat me up, cut me, bite me, rape me, molest me, hit me in the head. I'm not like that. I don't want my heart broken. Oh, it hurts. Shit. Oh. But I gotta not gotta go get my heart broken. God's gonna make sure that doesn't happen. But because I am, believe me, I know people think I'm like spooky and kind of crazy, but we all have our ancestors and spiritual guides. It's just you got to be aware of them and speak to them and allow them and give them permission. And I have. So I know I have a whole battlefield out in front of me of people who are fighting my battles. I got that. And I'm not gonna make a mistake. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get my heart broken. My hymns, nothing like anything I've ever imagined, but I have to not relax because I'm learning. I'm good at that now. I almost relax with putty and don't leave the house, and I need to leave the house. Never mind. I don't know. I'm working through it. That's his mental health, but understand I ain't scared. It's not like that. I'm not scared of talking to people. I talk to people, but when they look like they interested, I'm like, run! Right? There's a guy on TikTok. Oh, somebody's voice on TikTok. Like something be happening, like you see a clown or something, you say, run. Right, that part. That's how I feel. I'm serious. Like all of a sudden, that ain't God. That ain't God. God never told me run. Whenever I'm supposed to move, I'm gonna say this because, like I said, whenever I'm supposed to move and do anything, like get out the way, go. I mean, it's God only tells me to go when it's really major, seriously, and He only says go. And nobody else can telepathically do that to me and say that to me because I know His voice. You know, and I only follow Him in that go thing. But that's me saying run. Not run. I don't really say run. Okay, move over. You know, anything. You know, and I worked through the hologramming, you know, seriously. I had to learn to not hologram the rapists on everybody and all that. And then I had to learn to let Sergeant Campbell stop beating up people and, you know, not just the rape and just men being assholes that they can be at times. Not all y'all don't jump on that train and claim and get an attitude now. I ain't talking about Chuck. Unless I am. If I am, well, anyhow. That ain't him. You understand what I'm saying? Just like I feel like men should learn that too. That ain't her. No matter, I don't give a damn. In that sense, I do give a damn. And that's a problem of mine, being empathetic. But I don't give a damn what you've been through. I've been through. I don't give a damn what she did. I ain't her. You know, we all play our part in what we really. I was there. I tell people, oh, you had a good life. I was in. No, you know what? Only reason why I wasn't your cellmate is because God said go and you didn't hear Him say it or whatever. Or I was doing what I'm famous for doing. I'll turn left in the heart. When I'm driving, I'm going to tell you this right now. If I ever clean out the front seat of my car and allow you to let me take you somewhere, you better tell me to turn right, because if you don't, I'm going to turn left. I don't know why that is. I used to drive around with this lady all the time, and I have to give her credit because she helped me go down some avenues I wasn't really, not in a sense of other than driving, helped me go down some avenues I wasn't willing to go down because she wanted me to turn right. She would even say, who told you to turn left? Before I turn, because I put my blinker on. Not that I'm so conscientious, defensive driver or anything. I just learned how to drive a deuce and a half, and you had to turn on the damn blinker. Clink, 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 clink. I like that sound anyway. All right, I'll stay out of here. Anyhow, I'll turn left. And I've been trying to figure that out all my life. There's a lot of things that I was doing to the left. And once again, God helped me understand. I remember I told you to be left hand. And they made me start being right hand. I remember that very well. I used to get so mad. That was just difficult. Because there was a blue block, a little hard rubber blue block. I used to chew on it too. I was always chewing on stuff. Until they would make me pay back attention, because I'd stop writing. But I had to put my left hand under the desk, right with my right hand. And I remember my name was under the little part of the desk, and my name was Harmon and not Hudson. Okay, because Miss Harmon. So when I first started writing, my name was Harmon. And I remember writing it, but I used to have to look at my name to write my name. And I had to turn the paper sideways. Even when I signed my name, if somebody hand me something across the desk, I'll take it and I turn it. I've had people look at me really strange. I don't even when the way I hold my pen in my right hand is not the way you hold a pen. I hold it. I have a callus on this finger instead of the one that you're supposed. I hold it strange. I do, and I used to write with both hands. I mean, complete. I would go home anyway and write with my left hand. Then I'd practice with my right hand because Mama, she won't have a chicken scratch. Don't be bringing that chicken scratching into me. I can't read that. I cannot read that. I'm not reading that. I can't read that. So I used to love writing anyway. I still love writing. I'm so old. I still be telling people, let me write that down. I want to write down your phone number. When I have my phone in my hand, I'll be digging in my purse for a pen. I still write things. I don't know why I do, but seriously, um, I do. I still do a lot of things to the left. Um, I turn left. I turn left. I think left. Not use necessarily use left side of my brain. I think that's the logic side. I'm not always logical. I think about some shit later. I'm like, that was not logical. Wait. I had to learn this. I don't know if anybody else did. I am not computer literate. I had to learn the hard way. Keep your finger away from the enter key when I'm typing. See, because when I learned to type, it was a, you know what I'm saying? So, enter. Anyway, don't hit enter when you write an email, because you're gonna send it a message. And praise God, I do write, so I do proofread. But you know what? Who told this thing to be changing what I say? I ain't said nothing. Like, that thing be changing the words. That thing, whatever it is inside the phone, it's like the Flintstones. It's some little man in there fucking up my sentences. That is not what I said. And then I read it. Then I got to go back and edit it. And I be done edited it 2 or 3 times. I be like, somebody think I'm just sitting there reading my damn shit like I'm some author. It's not that. You can sound really ignorant when you trying to express yourself on Facebook. And the autocorrect is the one doing the talking for you. That don't make a damn bit of sense. Oh my goodness. Okay. Anyhow, Ronald wants to go trick or treating. I don't even know if people gonna be trick or treating. See, but God is good. Ronald don't really care. He doesn't. He's not the least bit interested in the costume anymore, because did I split that word up? I did. I didn't mean for it to come out and say it like that. He's not the least bit interested in the costume anymore. He's worn it a couple times now. He's not interested. So what I'm thinking about, I'm gonna go out there, and I'm gonna buy some candy, put it in the bag, give him the bag, because I really don't want to be out there with those fools. I don't even tell my cats, don't let nobody pick y'all up. It's almost Halloween. People be acting silly, doing things and celebrating shit and undoing shit. They don't have no study. The show thyself approved. So you start doing shit. Study. Study. Leave my cats alone. And this is bad. This is terrible. I'm sure I'm not the only one who have they're what I call my superhero visions, where I am that superhero. I think I've already told you about the Bruce Lee roundhouse kicks. I've been wanting to do that since I was a teenager, and I used to sit in this theater called the Lux in Oakland. And I'd sit there all day in the cool little theater and eat pizza, and I'll drink soda and all that, and watch Bruce Lee over and over and over, because they would have like 2 movies, but you could sit there over and over. And I watched Mahogany and Lady Sings the Blues, whatever was showing, because you could just sit in there, and But I love Bruce Lee. Love Bruce Lee. I love Kung Fu Samurai. Let's do it all. Come on, let's kick some ass while we out here in these streets. What you say? You say you don't like my mother? Well, I'm gonna kick your ass. Yeah, what? But Bruce Lee out there, y'all know how you do it. If you don't, look it up. Bruce Lee be like, right there on his little tiptoes, right outside. He come up off the ground, he do that ballet kick, fuck him up with that foot go down on the ground, he's like, wah! And then he just bounce on off. That's what I want to do. Just walk up and down the street. See somebody just Totally fucking stupid. I'm not talking about people talking to themselves and doing all that because people can't help. They need to give them their medication. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about somebody being abusive to somebody or so. Just that politician doing wrong shit. You see him. Don't shoot him. Don't kill him. Don't throw no pies and shit at him. Run by. He look at you. Kick him and run off. Run off down the street. And it'd be like, what's his name? Chris Tucker in that movie. He went in that room and somebody kicked him. And they kicked him so hard, so fast, he didn't even know who kicked him. Holy shit. That's what I want. I'm not throw a rock and hide my hand. I'm running off down the street. You know I did it. So catch me if you can. Right? You might come down here and get another one. Come on down here. Shit. But that's it. I'm saying I don't want to kill nobody. But I'm after the Bruce Lee kick. See, the Bruce Lee kick kind of came around in my teenager years. But when I started running into worse people, I wanted a temporary kill bullet. Understand? Let me explain what my temporary kill bullet is. Yes, it's exactly that, temporary kill. But I'm talking about you don't go into the light. You know how people say that they had the near-death experience and they saw the light. No, you don't get that far with the bullet. The bullet ain't like that. You fucking with me. Pow! Okay. I don't fuck with you no more. You don't even get to see the lights. You just know. You know that you know that you damn know that you know. You don't know how you know, but you know you was dead. That's what kill bullet is. And you figure that out. Can you imagine walking around for the rest of your life? You know you was dead. You know you was dead. You know who killed you. You can't get no revenge because you really wasn't. You know what I'm saying? You didn't get a chance to see the light, so you can't say I went to the light. And you kind of question it, was you dead? But you know you was dead. Not like, wait a minute. Speaking of dead. Okay, scariest movie I ever saw was Night of the Living Dead, the original. They're coming to get to you, Barbara. What the hell? Now, see, now they got zombies that run. I can't imagine. I'm sorry. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. Do you understand? A zombie running. Really? Zombies don't care. They just want brains. You ever see that thing where I reposted it? It said, imagine being in a zombie. I can't say the word apapa because I be saying, and they're on the search for brains and they run right by you. You know, and everybody running and screaming. And I'm running and screaming too. And all of a sudden, everybody passed me, including the zombies. You know, I'm like, what a motherfucking minute. Hey, why you don't want me? No, you don't want to die. You don't want nobody. I don't want nobody eating my brains. But what the, hey, why y'all want my brains, right? Think about that. People be getting upset by the dumbest shit. God, you know damn well. For instance, listen. Y'all heard me say something about I don't like for a black man to see me and be looking and choosing on me. But that doesn't mean like I see a black man on the street with a white woman or any woman of any other race. And I be like, I'm not like that. I don't want him. I'm saying don't sit down and pretend that you're interested in me when you're interested in other women. You understand? Or don't pretend to call me queen and all these amazing things, but step over me and look over me for another woman. Do you understand what I'm saying? But I don't care if you and both are together. I don't care. I don't. You can't help who you love. Every pot got a lid. My granddad told me that. He did. My granddad said, "Girl, he got me girl," but he said, "Baby, every pot got a lid." No, there's a lid for every pot. That's what he said. There's a lid for every pot. He said people be walking around talking about, "Ooh, how that man get that girl." He said, "There's a lid for every pot." And there is people. I see people all the time. People be like, "Ooh, how they get together?" Because they love each other. People you never even think you'd be with. Like, but love is. God is love. We are love, and then we have. I'm gonna go on that anyway. Like my hymn, it's gonna be easy to love. I mean, yeah, outside, it's gonna be rough. It's always rough outside, But imagine a diamond, all outside the diamond. It's pressure, outside influences and forces and stuff. But inside, there's miracles going on, all of God's love and evolutions and reanimations and all that. Let it be, let it happen inside. And that's what I think about it. Like, for instance, I have to use Verano, for example, because he is who I have a relationship with now. And because I love him the way I do, I know I'm going to love him in the same way because this is my style of loving, okay? Now, I know that, I fuss at him because I want him to be the best he can. But then it hurts my heart when I feel like he's feeling not good enough or, because I can feel when he's going through anything. And so my style of loving is to put some extra in his lunchbox or rub oil on his face or pick at his hair or, look him in his eyes or just give him a real big hug or anything to let him know what is wrong. Where the damn is the plug to this thing? Yeah, excuse me. I got too many dang plugs. Seriously? Really? How many times I turn this thing on? Okay, yeah. My style of loving is to be concerned. Maybe overly. Ask the dumbest damn questions. And of course, again, I'm going to use the Blue Note because that's the only place I go out. Out. That's me. I can't help that. That's how I am. Anyhow, I'll be sitting, people out trying to have a good time, and I see you hug you. I'm going to ask you, did you eat? Not, are you going to eat? Did you eat? I don't never say things to people like, oh, you look tired. Yeah, really? I need you to point out that I know I'm tired. Thank you. But I will, I ask somebody and say, you getting any rest? Something like that. I mean, not because you look tired, but I'm just concerned. How you eating? Did you have a bowel movement this morning? How was that? Did you drink some water? Are you drinking water? Good. Come here. Let me put that tag in for you. I can't help it. I don't know any other way to love than to love. And it doesn't matter where I'm like I said, I'm not gonna let any queen that's around me. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Not that anybody stands in the line, there's an inspection. I'm talking about I'm right there with you, I'm not gonna let you have lipstick on your teeth, a hair from your hair going across your mouth, up in your nose. Because people, you will be your grandest You understand? Your grandness, feeling your best, your most marvelous, you're 10 feet in the air. And someone who is not, and whose whole intention is to ruin your joy, will come and say, "Oh, you got hair in your mouth." And even if you don't care, you have to think about how you don't care. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like people that have lipstick on their teeth and hair in their mouth and tags sticking out and all that. Help you bring your best. You know, not your best foot forward, because of first impressions. Even that's another thing. I have to go along this line. First impressions don't really mean a lot to me, because a person can be going through something. You understand what I'm saying? I can walk up on somebody and they can just be nailing something in the wall, be done just hit their damn hand with a hammer, and I walk up on them and I say hi, and they like, "What? Am I gonna forever feel that way towards them because they hit their head?" No. Hold up a minute. Hold up a minute. First impression, wait a minute. When I say get to know somebody, I ain't talking about know them intimately, but know someone enough to understand. Now, when I say someone, I'm talking about human beings. You human too. You human too. Know someone enough to give them a break. Give them a break. When I say God reveals me to me, I don't say hold myself to a high standard. I put requirements on myself. I can't stand that saying where people say, don't expect nothing from anybody, then you won't be disappointed. That's too final for me. I expect everything from everybody that I encounter. Everything. I don't hold anyone to any standard that I do not hold myself higher to. As God is healing me and taking me through the healing, and the healing is out in the moment. I'm in the moment now. I mean, I can fall apart in a second. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean crying. I mean, like, do that. I mean, like that. Just like the surrendering. Surrender is all the time. 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 It ain't I surrendered. No, it's all the time. All the time. All the time. Okay. And the more I surrender, the more I can hear him. And the more I can hear him, the more all right I am. The more I accept myself, the more I understand that it's inside out. That the healing comes from me. That ain't nobody dropping nowhere, and ain't nobody coming to rescue me. And the worst thing, when I say that, that's not, oh, woe is me. Ain't nobody coming to rescue Alice. Because number one, God got me. Number two, I ain't no damn damsel in distress. I've been out here. I ain't saying out here in these streets. I ain't been out in those streets. I ain't been out in these streets battling nothing right. All my life I had to fight. No, not like that. It's just I've been this way, feeling these things, been aware of, my ancestors and God's voice. I've been this way a long time. And to act like I don't. That was the hardest thing, because most of the time I had to act like I was talking to people who were right there. Like I'd be saying something, people say, "What?" And I just go and start talking to them like I wasn't talking to you. And I said before, I see people, I wanted to explain that. And not saying God asked me to explain that. Now, come on now. I need to explain that. It's like not like this. It's like that. Where I see a person I don't. Imagine, and it's not like the friendly spirits I talk about, the playful ones that my great grandmama them said. They're playful spirits, the one that move your keys and you tear the damn house up looking for them and come right back where you put them keys on that dining room table, and there they are on that dining room table. Those are playful spirits. They're not poltergeists. It's not demonic. All spirits are not evil. All spirits are not demonic. Okay, there's not a poltergeist. They're playful spirits that have nothing else damn to do but to play with you, and they're not trying to harm you or doing it, and maybe aggravate you a little bit. But if you want to be aggravated, that's up to you. But It's more not because I see those more like ducking. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has seen them. You know, like you be sitting here talking, all of a sudden you see somebody duck back, like they're right there. You can see them, then they duck back again, not around a corner like they playing hide and seek. You know what I'm talking about? Shit. Anyhow, when I say I see people, it's more like I see them, then I don't, and then I see them, and then I don't. Not like, oh, I look up and somebody's standing there in the doorway. I don't live in the world of spirit scare Alice. Okay, I don't live in that world where when I was a little girl, I was scared to open the closet and all that other stuff. I come from a family of people who always close the closet. Okay, you just close the closet. But I have felt people sitting down on the bed, you know. I felt people get up off the bed like they had been sitting on the bed. I have been what I thought was sleep, but I'm actually awake but can't move. But yet I feel my body move off the bed. And I expect to hit the ground anytime, but I don't. Now I don't see me move, but I feel me move. Yet I feel me here too. That's all I can explain it. In my bedroom, I have a round mirror. I always called it my portal. Feng Shui, like is a Chinese, Japanese. I don't know which one of them. I'm not astute in those things. I just have an affinity to Oriental arts and things like that. Anyhow, as I clump it all together, way is a way of flow, energy flow. Anyway, mirrors. I've always loved mirrors. Not because I like to look at myself. Okay. That sounds like something out of a fairy tale. She's always looking at herself, right? No, it's not like that. My grandmother taught me a trick when I was a little girl about mirrors. If you want to know how old a mirror is, you can put a lighter up to the mirror, and however many flames you see, that's how many decades old the mirror is. It's hard to do it now because they mass produce mirrors now. That's you can't do old stuff with Martin shit. You really can't. But that's one way. But I've always loved mirrors because it's like a portal, to other ideas, dimensions, ways. If you notice, like a lot of movies, fantasy movies, like what is that? The Chronicles of Narnia and all that. They went into a wardrobe, but a lot of those movies they reach into a mirror, like Snow White. Was it Snow White? Was it Snow White? Mirror, mirror on the wall. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? Okay, I tell you, I've been reading a long time. But when I would read, a lot of times I didn't have comprehension. I don't know who taught me to read. I always have to say that. I don't know who taught me to read. I just could read very, very well. I didn't really have a comprehension. So a lot of times when I read something like that, I would ask my grandma, my mama, or anything. And my mother had quite an extensive life. Don't be messing up no book, but I would ask her, what does this mean? Not story mean, mama, but it'd be like a certain part or whatever. And then she would ask me to read it to her out loud. So that make sure I was pausing and, at the right spot and that I was saying the words correctly and all that. But when I got to that part about who's the fairest of my greatest all, my mother explained to me, it wasn't so much because it's always a stepmother and she's always jealous of the beauty of the young girl and all that, and my mother began to explain to me this is a story of how society makes it looks like older women are horribly jealous of younger women in their youth and their beauty. Now she explained, even though she was a witch and she meant the girl no good. We're not talking about that part of the story. We're talking about when the older woman goes to the mirror and it wasn't her first time. Okay, that's way, true. and she's just looking in the mirror at herself. She's a beautiful woman. The witch was beautiful. Wasn't she? You ever see that Disney movie? She was a beautiful woman. She was fierce. She was a little pointy. The collar was sticking up, but damn, she was bad to the bone. Y'all got to admit that woman, she had her hair was on point. That gown was the truth. And then all that shit going off behind her while she talked, though she had power. Come on now. She was grand. She was beautiful. She was older. I think she done killed off the daddy and a couple before that. And this was her latest castle husband and daughter to get rid of her. I don't know how it worked out like that. But the point is my mother, I make no point. My mother explained to me that she wanted to know if everything that she had done, if all the spells that she had cast against this young woman through verbal, you'll never be good enough. You'll never be right. One day when you grow up, all those negative things she had cast into this woman's mind. Not giving the young woman encouragement so that she could grow up and be as grand as she was. All these things. Mama said she was checking every now and then with the mirror to see if her mirror magic, which that was mirror magic, to do against that girl that way by looking into the mirror, if her mirror magic was working. And that's why you hear me talk about it all the time, that, the way, what I learned, what I know, and who I come from is not black, negative. It's positive. And my mother always told me that black magic comes back on you. She said, because you always have people in I don't know where y'all grew up. Say that. But you always got those people who do things, and they know them for doing things, and some people go to them to do things, but there's no value in that. There's no positivity in that. They even made movies about it. Stay with me now. There was a movie. I don't know. It was the Twilight Zone, the Outer Limits, or one of them, but it was black people too. That's what probably made me like, eh. But this woman, she had this man. She's gonna have this man, and she went to this lady. Now, she had been told, I don't know who told her, I forgot who told her, but she knew better than that. She went to this lady and got that stuff, and the woman even warned her. And see, that's a way that people who are doing the black magic can release themselves from responsibility, because they give you a warning. It's like the informed consent. Your nose gonna fall off at the end of the week if I do this right. And people be so desperate to get shit done and to not listen to the spirits around them that is warning them against demonic shit, because they do. It's not just your conscience. God is in here and he warned you. Not that ain't right. He warned you. I don't know how your spidey senses work. But you know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is the woman, the mirror basically let her know that no matter what you do, what spell you cast, how bad you wish it, she will always be the fairest of them all. Not because Snow White was white, not because Snow White was beautiful or young or any of those things, but because Snow White's heart was pure. Not because Snow White was a virgin, and not because Snow White didn't do nothing, nobody didn't have no ill thoughts or any of that, but because Snow White's heart was pure. It took a while to get there, didn't it? But that's the way my mother talked to me too. I try to lecture a 2-year-old to death, right? Wait, don't leave, because if you go, you're gonna fall, and you're gonna grow up, and your teeth ain't gonna be right? No, but seriously, I know I talk about that on a daily basis because, as I said before, everybody's standing around waiting for the book of Revelations. It's right now. It's happening right now. Spiritual warfare is going on right now. Rather than people sit down and have a conversation with you or even take you to the law, people are calling in demonic shit upon people, looking up shit on Google, getting together in groups, trying to cast spells on people, and have no idea the power of the people that is behind the people that they're trying to cast spells on. Really? Tell you a secret. Ain't no secret. Everybody know it. You better know it. Okay. Now, Satan. I talk about Satan, not because I like it. He ain't my friend. Some people are scared to call him Satan. They give him a name. Satan. I don't know, Lucifer, whatever the hell his name really is. He was beautiful, as I said before. He was magnificent. He was wonderful. But you know, he got brothers, right? He got brothers. Now, Satan was evil. And then when you think about, now listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying he wasn't evil, but listen to who's telling us he was evil. Why was Satan evil? Let's not even talk about because God is greater than him. All right. They also called him evil because he wanted something of his own, because he wanted to think for himself, like the Garden of Eden. Number one, I always know it wasn't one no damn Garden of Eden. My God's omnipotent. He's omnipotent. He don't just do one anything. He ain't no damn Lay's potato chips. He said it look good. He gonna do some more. God got sense enough to know that if he made one man and one woman, something gonna go on ain't supposed to be going on. God ain't trying to make brothers and sisters do it together and make no damn malformed people, because that's not how genetics work. You can't mix it like that. It's more exact than that. So everybody trying to tell me that God ain't got no more sense than that. Stop. Now come on in the room. It was more than one Garden of Eden. Also, why would my God, with this machine, this is what I'm saying, this machine, if you don't know what this machine is that God has made, then get that first before you even want to fight me about what I'm getting ready to say now. Okay? Listen to me. Okay, this machine, this magnificent machine that God has made, why would he not want us to know the difference between good and evil? Because that whole thing didn't make sense to me. Start out, now this is just me. This ain't up for debate. Now, if you believe what you believe, you live what you live, and live like you love. Now, I'm telling you, it said in the beginning, if I'm to believe this, let us make man in our image. Then down the line, he decides he don't want man to be like him, because it says that he didn't want us. I'm not paraphrasing. I'm whatever. You know what I'm saying. He said he didn't want them to eat from the tree of good and evil, because then they would be like us. That don't make no sense to me. We already like God. We are made exactly in his image. Exactly. We already knew the difference between good and evil. They ain't come from no tree. They ain't come from no tree. We born with it. We born with it. What that is some man came along and decided he would tell us what's good and evil. And instead of us listening to the voice inside of us that already tells us what we know, that we already know between the difference between good and evil, we had to wait for somebody to tell us that ain't good. That ain't evil. I'm poking you full of holes and killing everybody, but that's still good, but that's evil if you rebel. That's evil if you think for yourself. That's evil if you eat from the ground, or you go in the woods and you eat, but it's not if you eat something 25 years old that we preserved and saved just for you. And then you wonder why you can't poop. Yeah, poop is important. My point, I'm not making a point. I have no point. I've always believed this. And then I have to tell you, I say it all the time. I come, man, y'all, I can't call no names, because I don't ever want any of the people that I love and respect to think that I'm disrespecting them in any way, because I am not. I am not. I learned from some of the best clergy in Tacoma, Louisiana, and all over the world to the church. But I'm going to tell you, when I started going through theology school, they weren't playing with me. Just because I wasn't a preacher or an evangelist. And they knew. My pastor always knew I didn't believe like that. Everybody knew it. All of them knew it. All my teachers knew I didn't see it the same way they saw it. And that's made it even better. That's not that made me the best student to them. But I think it's great to teach somebody who ain't sitting there trying to rote you. Trying to, everything you say, they saying. No, that ain't no. Now, I didn't sit in class and hold my hand up and say, I don't believe that. I knew better. Ooh, I was taught much. Ooh. I don't know. I was taught well. I'm a good student. But Like I say, they read it just like I read it. They told me to. Read it for yourself. Pray first, read it for yourself. And then I'd ask a question. And I probably have heard the same thing from all these brilliant men in one way or another. What they say to you. And I tell them. They say, well then. See, so I know. They know the same thing I know. It's just hard to back out now. You've been saying the same thing all along, but you see it too. You see it too. And I said, you ain't got to start out saying, I lied, that ain't right. They say, you ain't got to start talking like me. Just stop lying. Stop telling those same lies. Stop perpetuating the oppression of the people who are oppressed. It's not our job to wake anybody up. It's not anybody's job to awaken anybody but God's. But in the awakening and the remembering, you understand? Over here, I always go over here on the left side because they made me go be right-handed. So over here, I got the same brainwashing, the same systematic, the same everything everybody's got. I got the religion. I got the fire and brimstone. I got the filthy rag, the curse with the curse. I'm going straight to hell. Don't do that. Better do that. Cover the cleavage, pull down the hemline, get it right. But on this side, I am fearfully and marvelously made, and God loves me just like I am because he's inside of me. You understand? He's inside me and he loved him some else. He loved him some else, and he was so pissed off at me for not loving me too. After all this damn time, all the things he done brought me through. Yeah, I got raped, but he brought me through it. I've been to war, but he brought me through it. I got divorced, but he brought me through it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was a child of molestation and abuse, but he brought me through it. There are times I can't remember, but he brought me through it, and he won't remind me of those times because I don't need to know. Maybe I couldn't handle it. Maybe I still can't. Do you understand? He knows what's best for me. But you understand what I'm saying? He is in me. He is me. You know, I'm a grown woman. I do what I want to do, I thought. But it's not. I still do. I'm doing what he wants me to do. It's just I'm like any other kid. Any other kid, he'll say, go right, I'll go straight down the street. And he just wait, because I'm from the Big Head clan. He know I'm going to bump my head somewhere, the back, the side, the forehead. I'm lucky I still got eyes because I'm always bumping goddamn big ass head because I don't listen. I'm hard-headed. I'm that hard-headed, stiff-neck ass person that God be talking about. I come from hard-headed, stiff-neck people. What? No, we're not gonna. Okay. But you vibe. You don't. It's not a matter of existing. We're here on this earth for a purpose, and it's not to be sheep. We are spiritual beings in a vessel. The vessel gets worn out, it gets tired, and it dies off, but the spirit goes on and on and on. Somebody, I ain't gonna say all that, we ain't gonna split no hairs in it, but they told us that we can't believe that the spirit goes on and on. We got to believe that we got to lock God in a building. We got to lock God in the chamber. We got to put our people in a holding pattern by and by till they go up somewhere else that they are not. They're not. They're right here. Right here. They're in us. We are our ancestors. Our ancestors are us. Sometimes I look in the mirror and I swear I see my mama. I look in the mirror and I see my grandmama. Sometimes I look over at their pictures and they're smiling at me. And then I look back at the picture and the picture ain't looking like that no more because they're here. They're right here. Now, whether we listen is us, me. This is Alice just talking about Alice. Alice just talking about Alice. I ain't talking about nobody. I'm talking about what I'm talking about. I stole that from my pastor. He stole it from somebody. Can't say nothing. Yeah. I'm not telling nobody. I'm not. I'm talking about me. But I'm just learning. I'm still learning to talk in the first person. So just bear with me. If I say I put you there, if I say you, or I'm talking about me. But with God being in me, I have power to move about. Okay, listen. And they tell you the Bible. You read it for yourself. It tell you in the Bible that it's in us that we have the same power, that we can heal, we can move mountains, we can do this, and then that. And then they will turn around and tell you, don't think carnal. But we're in a carnal body. So in order to think spiritual, we have to think spiritual. We have to be spiritual, but they won't let you be spiritual because to be spiritual is demonic. You understand? It's confusing. Let people alone. Let people open up. God is spirit. God is spirit. God is not demonic. Stop confusing people. How can you believe in the Holy Spirit? And that's okay, but you can't believe in your grandma's spirit. How come the spirits that you feel around you got to be ghosts? How come the voice you hear inside you have to be demonic, got to be the devil? Or because you went on here and ate that big old piece of chocolate cake, that just got to be you trying to hurt yourself. Maybe it's just you trying to satisfy yourself. And what's wrong with satisfying yourself sometimes? What's wrong with being selfish? What's wrong with loving you? Okay, and I'm going to go to this. Love, I'm misquoting it. So, love your neighbor as you love yourself. People love to go to that. They love to go to that. The original writing was not left to right. That reads left to right. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Read it like it was written, right to left. Right? Love yourself. Basically, so you can love your neighbor. You don't love you? You ain't got no love for me. I don't care about you professing love and you loving me more than you love you. No, you don't. That's impossible. You know, really. And I'm saying this not because I'm an expert, I'm a professional, I'm a psychiatrist, because God said that to me. Who you think you are? Talking about you love me, you don't love me. I was raggedy in tears. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do. No, you don't. Because you don't love you. Well, I love me, but I love me, but I. Really? You're beautiful. You're intelligent. You have degrees. You're a mama. You're a wife. You've been to war. You've been back. You this. You that. What you don't like? What you don't like? What you don't like? What is it that you don't love about yourself? Okay, and okay, so you can't go back and do nothing about that. And this wasn't all in one conversation. Understand what I'm saying? Travel with me on this. Stay with me. This is a process. It's a journey. And I'm on it. I'm not healed. I'm healing. I'm on a journey. I have not journeyed. So stay with me on this. He got me to understand. You know, here I am picking me the hell apart, picking me the hell apart. I've forgiven me for all that. So this is how he helped me with this. I had to take out the brainwashing. So I'm not trying to fight with no religious people, but understand what I'm saying. He had to take that religion out my head because I'm thinking, listen, my God loves me dearly. He loves me to pieces just like I am, but I'm a filthy, funky rag. I don't deserve his life. His love. I don't deserve his grace and his mercy. I'm not getting nothing that I deserve. What the fuck do I deserve? Nothing, because I'm nothing in his eyes. He forgive me. He's thrown it into the sea of forgiveness, but by and by, at the end of my life, I'm going to have to stand in line in judgment and atone for the shit that I did. But God don't change his mind. I'm confused. If my God don't change his mind and he has forgiven me and is thrown in the sea of forgetfulness, why do I have to worry for the rest of my life that I'm going to have to stand before the mighty maker and atone for all this shit I done did? When you just told me he forgave me, now he gonna bring it back up, throw it in my face. This is what you're telling me. But you told me he don't do that. But you telling me he doing that? Then you telling me he's just like a man. But you told me that he's not a man, that he should lie. But now you're lying. You're telling me that God is lying. I had to work this shit out. Now listen to what I'm saying. God brought it to me. When I tell you, he did not expose me to me. He revealed me to me. Boom. We're going to have to fix this. It was no jury, no defense. I didn't say that. I didn't do that. It was none of that. I read it for myself. You understand? He didn't send me to this scripture, that scripture, blah, blah, blah. But one thing he did get me to understand, you better start at the beginning, little girl. You better start at the beginning. What did I say? Or what did they say I said? What did I say? See, and then I told you I came up a Panther. So I already knew about Timbuktu and all that other stuff. So I had to go past Genesis. back past Genesis, over in the Timbuktu and find all the books that was missing in, not just books in Genesis. What I'm saying is books missing in Genesis. I don't mean books per se, because they got you thinking that the Bible is a bunch of little bitty individual books, but it's a trail, it's a map, it's a, oh my God, it's a information in there. But they took stuff out. It's a lot of stuff taken out. I'm not accusing, I'm not telling nobody nothing. Yes, I am. It's stuff missing. So I had to go find that in order to get my feet planted on the ground, not planted in God. Understand, I've always had God, always known God. I've always known I had guardians. I've always known these different things. But I've always also known that the Bible, King James Version of the Bible, was not complete. They taught me that when I was a Panther cub. You know, they didn't, I don't know, I keep having to say, we didn't get lectures like the white man is this and then. It wasn't that. We were taught to love ourselves, to investigate, to read for ourselves, to help one another, things like that. You're going to read that. And then you're going to tell me what you read. Why you read that? Why did you read that? Because you told me to. That ain't reason enough to read nothing because somebody told you to. Okay, you did what I told you, but what'd you get out of it? You know what I mean? That went on and on. And all you wanted to do was go outside and play. But before you got to go play, you know, and God wasn't playing with me. He took me through that. And so now, you know, just coming on back, I love me dearly. I love me because I know that in the beginning, I was there. I don't mean Alice was personally there. You understand? I was there in the beginning. I know who I am. You know, I don't know, ain't Martha Mula. But I do know that I am indigenous. I know I was here from the very beginning. I know God loves him for me. And I ain't never said God said Alice nothing. God don't call me Alice. Alice is my body's name, not my spirit's. My spirit just answers because he calls me. I don't know what he called me. And I don't ever pretend like I do. It's a whole nother thing. It's like when you love when you with your man that you love. Not that you love because you've been with him all your life and you get on your nerves and you're just used to him. I'm talking about that love thing. And he just walk into the room and he feel your name and you feel it. That's how I feel with God. You know, I feel I told you he does that who told you all the time to me. If I start feeling you know, because I mean, like I said, I surrender every moment. It's a continual thing. It's not I surrender and sing a song about it. Shit, no. I got to keep surrendering over and over and over. I got to keep believing over and over and over. I keep talking to him all the time because otherwise I become lost. It's easy to fall back into that. Remember I told you roll your bowling ball down that alley or whatever the hell it is. But it's how easy the ball fall over in the gully. That's how it is with me. It's easy for me to fall back into the depression and the oh God, I ain't gonna leave the house because you know I know it's easy to fall into that. You know, but it's so much better just being me, being happy. If I eat, I eat what I want. If it don't taste good, I don't eat it. Yeah, I do all that cooking. I cook an elaborate meal and it'll taste good and I eat 2-3 bites. I'm like, oh, that's good. But that's the way it's been. You know, that's okay. To have God tell me that's anything's okay is a wonderful thing. And I laugh. People hear me talk about God, hear the conversations I have with God, and they be talking about, she said, God said, I always tell you, God don't cuss at me or to me. I cuss. I got the sailor vocabulary with the caveman accents. That's me. And I deliver it out the way it's in me. That's the same thing, any writing, any story. It's like people get all trapped in the Bible because a lot of things in the Bible, people using the words that they had and the examples of the things that were there, like the colors. Sometimes there was no other way to describe the colors than this way. Like Songs of Solomon, good God, people go off about that. I have yet to feel horny from the Song of Solomon. I got hornier over Sears catalog than I did. It's intimate, true, but God, he had to describe it that way. All he saw was this and lumps and folds of fabric, shit. People need to think about what he was looking at. He wasn't really. That's why, what's his name? David lost his mind when he saw Sheba bathing on the roof. You didn't get to see naked. Yeah, he had a lot of naked women, but that's like eating a bunch of sweet tarts. Eventually, you get numb to it. And I don't care. I'm sorry. You get mad if you want to. I ain't no man can handle no 500 goddamn women and however many. Y'all so let me get started. Else don't you do that. Don't go over there. That's why I argue. I'm not arguing. Bad word to say. If you study the books that were taken from the Bible, I'm not saying try to prove nothing, because I don't go into the Bible arguing. I don't read to argue. I read to learn. I'm teachable. And I like that about myself. I really do. I don't want to sit down and talk with anybody to argue about nothing that I believe. I mean, even if the air is a little funky, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to argue. I don't give a damn about you and how you feel. You walk in yours, straighten out yours, get your healing, fix you, and then let's chill. Let me believe what I believe, you believe what you believe. Let's just do this damn thing called life. Because as I said, people are waiting on something to happen. It's happening already. It's happening already. And God clearly says only the remnants will return, only the remnants. Everybody can't go. And the biggest thing is that I'm like everybody else. I'm trying to take people with me that can't go. And it ain't up to me to say who going where, what. I ain't talking about no hell and heaven, and I ain't talking about all that. All right? Things are changing. Right? Everybody won't be around for the change. I ain't talking about New World Order and all that. That's a whole nother thing. We ain't talking about the world. The world belongs to Satan. The earth belongs to God and the fullness thereof. Please understand what I'm saying. People, are they going to blow up the earth? They trying to get out of here. God ain't. You can't. Back to what I was saying, like with the black magic. There's things called Leroy intolerance, okay? You can do the black magic, but it comes back on you. You can threaten to destroy the world, blow up shit, pollute it, do a whole lot of things, but you are not going to destroy it. You're not. And the thing that really not scares me, that bothers me though, about everything, is that we know. Number one, things aren't right. We know we've been lied to viciously, yet my people still say, okay, well, I've been lied to, but that's all right. No, it's not all right. 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 You know, and I like, like the song Stay Woke and things like that, and Marvin Sapp has a song called I Must Be Close. All those things, listen to what they're saying. When God started working on me, I told you how I prayed that prayer, I'm not word for it, I don't remember word for it, but God, please take everybody and anything out of my life that means me no good. No good. And I said no earthly good. I did say earthly. And you know what? I keep telling you, he took everybody. Everybody. My oldest son. And when I say took everybody, ain't nobody dead, y'all. Now, come on. He didn't take like that. He didn't go through like the plague of the lamb in Moses' time. No. But it was like that sweep. There are people in my life, they may not be aware of it, but there are people that used to be in my life that have teeth and claw marks in them right now. I held on to him so tight. I held on to him with everything I had. I mean, I was willing to pay to have these people stay in my life. And God said, nope. Get the fuck off here. Gone. And then when and see, God's like any other father. I feel a good daddy, good parent. Keep on. Go on, bump your head. Go ahead. I'm going to let you bump your head. Well, what he did instead of doing that, because I had been down that road, and God knew that I'm his daughter. I'm just like him. I'm the kind of person that, yeah, I get burnt, but I might not get burnt by that burner, but I might get burnt by another one, because I just got that heart to be burnt, because I'm gonna keep going into the fire, because there's somebody in that fire. I don't see him yet, God, but I know somebody in that fire I can pull out, but I'm getting burned. So what he did, instead of doing that, instead of let me get burned, instead of let me go back in the fray and come out crying and disappointed and hurt and depressed, he showed it to me. I said, God, not her. That. And then he let me cry about it. Hug me, kiss me, let me go on. Every now and I look back up, can't have that no more. Told you. I told you why. And I'm not going to allow it. And then he'd block it. Not him himself. God don't need to stand in nothing. That's what he got everybody else for. That's why I have ancestors. That's why I have spiritual guides. That's why I have angels. But they can't make me do anything. But they can sure block. They can run interference. And when I put me down, listen what I'm saying now. I am from the big head clan of the West. I still have a huge ego. I'm a smart woman. I'm intelligent. I've done some things. So I got a huge ego. My id ain't too much smaller because I'm selfish and spoiled. And I carry my little child around with me. So let's go on in all these things. I'm emotional. I'm a woman. But still, as I said, I surrender over no again. So now it's more easy for them to stand in my way and block me and everything. But in that, they let me not feel funny for being the way I am. Understand what I'm saying? Like, I like to be at home. I love being home. But when I'm out, I like being out too. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm out, instead of, like I say, most people who knew me prior to me going to the Blue Note didn't even know I could dance. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't dance. I had really, when God started bringing me back to me and helping me remember, I used to say prior to that I was the only Black woman in America that could not dance. I literally forgot I had danced. I could dance. So when I started dancing, the first couple times I actually danced, I felt ashamed. Not because I was a Christian, but because I wasn't doing what everybody else was doing. And one of the things God has really done for me in my healing is he keeps telling me, it's okay. Just do it over there. And most people know me from the Blue Note. I will, when the wobble play, I'll go over there and do the wobble. When this song play, I still like to dance. I don't have to dance with everybody else. I go by myself. I dance by myself. I drink by myself. I buy my own stuff. Not because I'm selfish or because I think I can. It's because I can self-comfort. And he's taking everybody. And understand what I'm saying? Now he's bringing people back. Not the same people. Not the people in the same way. Because I am empathic and I'm that light I was talking about. And the darkness is drawn. The same will be drawn. Okay. And you know, and a human will make you feel guilty because you tend to draw the same negative patterns. Okay. But it's like, be careful what you pray for. Because I said, God, I need somebody to love. And being a nurse and a healer, he would bring me broken people. You understand? People, when I say broken, I don't mean broken in that way or irreparable. I mean people who needed comfort, people who needed somewhere to stay, people who just wanted to unload their misery on me, and I would take it on, and then they go on free, skipping down the street, just happy as can be. I can remember I spent years, example, angry at this woman's husband because he mistreated her the hell bad, the fuck, and I absorbed all that. And I noticed one day I was just seething at this man. And she was all up on him, kissing him. Tell me, what's wrong with you? Why are you looking at my husband like that? I'm just looking at this woman and she got him looking at me and I'm looking at both of them. Did y'all forget that I witnessed y'all mutual abuse? And then they looking at me like I'm the enemy. That's the thing. And I felt bad. I'm like, really, I felt like I was bringing up something, and God had to work with me on that. I ain't been around them people in years, but he had to work with me with that too. You don't own that. You don't own that. I used to worry I'm serious. I used to dress down, do all that, tone down my light, my enthusiasm, anything so that I wouldn't draw too much attention because I didn't want no woman to think I was looking at her husband. I didn't want no man to think I was looking at his wife. Yeah, I didn't want all that. Now I don't care. I don't, and this ain't just me talking. This is my God in heaven telling me you ain't got nothing to do with that. If somebody been, I say it all the time, if you've been married for years and years and years, and then I step on the scene, just because I'm the new kid on the block, I ain't the new kid in your problems. You had problems long time before Alice showed up on the scene. I ain't absorbing none of that, 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 none of that. I ain't gonna stop talking, dancing, being who I am, wearing cans, heels, walking back and forth, laughing. I'm gonna talk to whoever I want to, whenever I want to, because I come by myself, I pay by myself, and I go home by myself. I ain't no hoe, I ain't after your shit, but don't tell me who to talk to and how to act. Any problems that people have, you had them before I showed up. You had them while I'm there. You understand? I didn't cause them. I'm not adding to them. I ain't fucking with you. I ain't messing with your life. You understand? Believe me, I'm cussing, I know, but understand, I'm an empath, I'm a healer. And I'll walk into a toxic situation and a person will be getting fucked over by somebody else, and instead of them dealing with it with that person, they'll turn around and unleash that shit on me. You know, and I'm like, why you mad at me? Because you, from 1962, you was born after me. You know, I got people pissed off at me for ridiculous ass reasons. Like, really? I had somebody who screwed me completely over actually had the nerve to apologize to me in this way, and they didn't get to finish. Took them 3 years to get to it as it was. Not that they even owed me, because I'd rather you don't even apologize to me. If you can't do things for me with love, don't do it at all. Save yourself. I can't get you. Well, how did my pastors always put this? I can't get you in heaven and I can't preach you in hell, something like that. And that's true. I can't put you in heaven or hell. I mean, we can start talking erotic and I can talk some other shit, but you know what I'm saying? And a person can make your life feel like you're in hell and all that, but I'm just saying, that is not my responsibility. God is healing me. God is revealing me to me. And I tell people all the time, I ain't running through no church, street, house, hollering victim. Innocent, didn't do it. Nobody picking on me. She did this, she did that. They, them, us, he, she. I'm one of them, us, we, they, them, and all that. I was there. I probably did it. But what I am saying, I am not responsible for anybody's problems, their miseries, their conditions in their relationships, their relationship with their children. I'm not responsible for any of that. Any of that. Let me be. Let me be. If you don't want to talk to me, don't talk to me. It's just that you ain't got to talk to me. If I say hi and you don't say hi, I don't go through all that. Unless I'm at the grocery store and you are a complete stranger. And if I walk by you and I make eye contact with you and you're the only person on the aisle with me and I'm pushing towards you and I say hello and you don't say nothing as you're walking by, I say, oh, hello, Alice. At least I could do is speak to a stranger. Can't get COVID like that. Yeah, I do. Makes me feel better. But I'm talking about if I've had words, not words, but I said hi to you, I've known you, whatever. You ain't got to say nothing to me. I am a 62-year-old woman. Your liking me, talking to me, visiting me, wanting me around ain't never paid a damn bill for me, not one. It ain't going to do nothing with my relationship with God because I have experienced Him. I have experience with God. He is mine. He's in me. Ain't nothing nobody outside of me can do to change my relationship with God. I have an intimate, personal relationship with God. He lives in me, breathes in me, moves me. I ain't saying God made me cuss. No. I be cussing because I cuss. You have to understand that. Everything. No, okay, people say, oh, Satan is evil. Listen. I got a shadow side. And along with God telling me about my wonderful accomplishments, my ability to write poetry, and to love a baby into submission. He also talked about that shadow side. If you don't quit rolling your eyes at that old lady over there, that old woman ain't did nothing. I am just like anybody else. I be wanting to pay for somebody's groceries. They ain't got no money. Pay for somebody's groceries just so they hurry the hell up. And I ain't got nowhere to go. He had to work with me on that too. Because, you know, I can go fast. But he had to work with me on that. If somebody in front of me and they going slow, they not trying to mess with me. They ain't trying to mess with me. They ain't prejudiced. They not deliberately going slow because I'm black and I'm behind them because I can't really see what race they are. They don't care if I'm a woman. Ain't nobody following me. All that, okay? All that. Now, y'all hear me say all the time, ain't nobody said nothing to me. Ain't nobody said nothing to me. Nobody said nothing. Ain't nobody said nothing to me. Okay? So I just want you to know, God be working on me. And it really works because they talk about it all the time. God's peace. God's peace. God's peace. It's inside out. Inside out. See, I don't know if anybody else seen that picture. There's a picture of, like, I think it's a nuclear fusion, and it goes like, you know, imagine when it go like this. Well, I have that going on in here. It's like a little nuclear fusion. It's always going, always going, always going, always going. And then separate from that, up here, it's like always thinking, always thinking, always thinking. I'm either writing a poem or a story or evaluating something, learning something. And this is simultaneous. I go outside sometime and I might look in a different direction in a different way and see another way. And all of a sudden I see something I didn't see before. No, I'm not one of those people that I got to go see what it is with my nearsighted ass, right? I had to take it for what it is because I'm scary too. I ain't going to the haunted house because you ain't going to be touching me. I told your whole haunted house up. We ain't playing that, so don't even go. What I'm saying is that this is all going on at the same time. So, and then, okay, comes the nerves anyway, the body part. I have, all these things. I have neuropathy in my legs and all this. So it's always something going on. God had to calm that. It didn't do enough for me to know the scripture, be still and know. It didn't do enough good. I bought a plaque that said, be still and know. God said, be still. And I argue with that. He don't really mean for me to be still, be still, be still. It's like shopping. He don't mean no shop. He mean be still, but not me be still, because he know I can't be still. I went through all that. He didn't mean be still. Sit your ass down. Be still. Be still. Be still. Be still. Be still. Be still. I be getting ready to be still. And it's funny. I would make excuses. God, I got to pee. And God be like, you ain't got to pee. That's a sensation. You just peed. I'm serious. I be feeling like I got to pee. And I just peed. And then Nurse Alice come in. Do you have a urinary tract infection? Why you feel like you got to pee? And God be said, be still. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because see, next I'll be like, done work myself up. And I go from a simple bladder spasm to now I got bladder cancer. If he said, if you don't sit your ass down, be still. 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 And as time went on, I learned to be still. Because in that being still, I had to learn not to be ashamed of being still. If you understand, I'm a go-getter. I'm not an overachiever now. If I don't get 100 on the test, did I pass? Okay. You were good there, right? Hey, I ain't never been an overachiever. Did I pass? I don't like to fail. I don't like to barely pass, but I'll take it. Did I pass? So I'm not an overachiever, but I'm also very hard Very hard on myself. And you know, he's worked that out too. He has worked that out. Simple things. Like if I put on my tennis shoes and my tennis shoes hurt my feet. If I take the tennis shoes out and put on something else, I would give myself a hard time. Like you ain't never said right. Now I don't do that. If the shoes are uncomfortable, I kick them off and put on some more. I'm working now on stop leaving stuff in the middle of the floor. Because I'm old and I don't need to be falling. I told you I bit the dust the other day. It came down like a tree in a damn forest. And let me talk about this. I fell on my entire right side. Now I got a bruise over here, but it's the left side that hurt. I got whiplash. Shit, my left hip hurting. Yeah, just like that. But that's the side I got hit by a car on too. So, you know, it's like, it's hard to explain the, remember I told you I had a fractured pelvis? So all the injuries over here on this left side. Anytime I get any, like if I bump something really hard, I'll get a bruise over here. But this left hip, oh. Anyhow, you know, I used to complain to myself about complaining. Be hard. Don't stop. Yeah, quit bitching. I can bitch if I want to. I can complain if I want to. Yes, I can. I bitch all the time. I'm still doing it. I'm still sweeping the floor and bitching about it. How did shit get under this cabinet right here? Where all this stuff come from and who keeps messing up my house? That's what I want to know all day, every day. I know every time I get on here, I'm posting, I'm talking about cleaning up something, straightening up something, hanging up something, rearranging something. It's fun, though. Mm-hmm. It is. It's a lot of fun. It is. It's a lot of fun. But as I go along, as I keep saying, I'm going to keep talking about God because you have to understand it's all Him working and putting. Anybody see Hellraiser, that movie? There was a box. It was a puzzle. And as things happen negatively, we're not on demonic stuff, but I have to use that example. The puzzle would move and you know what I'm saying? Well, it's kind of how it is. I did not have amnesia. Understand? I had PTSD and I had a mental and emotional breakdown. All of my memories, all of them, rather I knew they were not at night. Do you understand? They were at night. As a little girl, I would remember because I used to love to run through fields when I was a little girl. You know, grass fields. There weren't a lot of houses. You know, they didn't take up all the room when I was little. I'd be running, and the grass would be up really high, and the sun would be hot, and I'd be having a ball. In my memory, during this time, I could feel the heat on my face. I could see me running. I could feel the grass and the breeze, and I could still smell how wonderful it was, but the sky would be dark. Everything around me would be dark. There were parties that I had gone to as a young woman. Everything was dark. All my memories were at night. I would talk to my mother and other people who were in my life, and I would tell them about things. And my mother would tell me, Alice, we didn't do that at night. And I said, Mom, I remember it. She was like, Alice, you know what? That did not happen at night. I'm serious, everything. Even as it happened, I had memories from my church. You know, when I was at Mount Zion, every time I had memories of going outside at Mount Zion, it was at night. It's like I couldn't remember daytime stuff. Anyway, God took that away. He took that away, and He started to bring things back. That's why I said remembering. And it's not a gazam, you know. He didn't just dump it all on me. You know, it's like even today, He brings things back, or He'll put the puzzle together, kind of like explaining to me why. You know, it's the way it is, and it ain't like because I said so. It ain't like that. Or because I'm in charge and that's the order of things, or because that's our covenant, or because you don't do what I say, I'm going to kill you. It ain't like that. It ain't like that at all. I remember I told somebody who was extremely religious one day, I just threw it out there. I said, I don't think hell is hot. And they looked at me, I said, I think hell is cold. And he looked at me, I said, because I can't stand the cold. I said, and most people I know hate the cold. Hot, you be bitching and want to fight, but you can still get around but when it's cold, damn. I just can't imagine hell being hot because, you're going to barbecue and bitch and complain and fight, but you are not going to die in that heat. It's the cold. That's just what I felt. and people just, whatever, and God, he helped me untangle a lot of things. He helped me understand things. I've always called women portals. Mm-hmm. And babies, new people. I always called them that. And I remember I had an art teacher. He worked at the center, and he and I used to talk all the time. And I told him that I thought God was not a man. And he said, of course not. He's not a man. I said, no. I said, I don't mean in that sense. I said, I think God is both male and female. He said, of course he is. He said, why would he be anything else? And I mean, because it makes sense. I don't care what religion says. You can't have one without the other. You cannot create without both. You can't have balance without having yin and yang. You have to have homeostasis. I'm not saying that one has more power than the other either, although that's the way the world has made it seem, as if the male has more power. But even in all circumstances, even if the man goes out and he's with all his buddies and he pretends that he's running every damn thing, if he has a woman in his life, grandmama, auntie, mama, girlfriend, whatever, okay, we're going to tell you what to do. You ain't got to do it. You ain't got to do it. I'm sorry. But we're going to tell you what to do. It's a balance. I don't think, when I say tell you what to do, I don't mean in that sense. For instance, with the man, when I talk about having a relationship with him, the one that God is preparing for me, all right, the type of person I am, God would not send a man into my life that would tell me what to do, because we wouldn't get past that. You understand? Nor, because I told you, I'm not going to have no youngster who ain't never been through nothing. I'm not going to have a man that I can tell what to do. I don't want no man I can tell what. I don't want nobody I can boss around. I'm not raising no more men. But yes, I want him to listen to my advice. I want him to guide me. I don't mean tell me don't order nothing on Amazon. I'm sorry, I already pushed that button shit. You should say I don't mean that. I mean, when I told you, people who's supposed to be together, who's supposed to be my mom, supposed to be with my him. People who's supposed to be together, they let go of the restrictions and the regulations of the world around them. When two people are supposed to be together, they're like superpowers. God made us so that we plug in each other. I'm not talking about dick into coochie. I'm just talking about plugging each other energetically. We're energy. And we plug in each other, male and female, energetically. You can't help but prosper. Do you understand what I'm saying? And you're only supposed to plug into one another. Now, there will be outside influences. There's going to be people who are going to have their 2 cents. They're going to give you their advice. Do you understand? There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But him and any man that I respect, okay, your yes got to be a yes. The final, if you are the man, you're saying you're the man. I'm the man. Then the final say should be yours. I don't care what everybody else is saying. When the final decision comes down, it should be yours. So if you and I have made a decision together and we done had all this input and all that other stuff, we done made a decision. The yes is the yes. Then no matter what anybody else say, okay, then the decision has been made. You understand? I have to have someone like that in my life. I have to have someone that I can trust, that when I walk away, I can trust them just as well as when I'm in their face. I'm talking about, because I'm heavy on body language. I can't deal with you if I'm talking to you and you looking at somebody else like you trying to get approval. Mm-mm. My man, you got to stand on your own. You got to stand on your own. You got to stand on your own. I have been traumatized, abused, battered, and mistreated. If you can't protect me, I mean, in word and deed, you can't be in my life. And that's male and female. Ain't got nothing to do with jumping in no foxhole like I was finna saying. You gotta have my back. I don't mean I want you to fight for me. I don't want nobody to fight for me. Graveyard full of brave motherfuckers. I know how to walk away. I know how to get in my car and drive off. I suggest you do the same thing. Like I told a barista, if you ever see me running, just run. Don't be saying where you going. I'm going away from the fray. You feel me? I ain't trying to die. I wanted to die. I tried to die. God said no. Now all I want to do is live. If you don't want me to live, fuck you. Just leave me alone. That's all you got to do. But my spidey senses will let me know when to get away from you. I ain't asking you to fight in that sense. I'm saying let me trust you. Because God has told me I gotta. Now he told me I had to leave the house. I did. And it wasn't just going to church. Going to church wasn't enough. See, because I'm the kind of person, I don't want no broke. I know everybody come through that door. They ain't coming through that door looking for no chicken dinner and no wife. They come, the men that I was meeting, they coming through there trying to get their shit together. And then every time they get a wife, that woman expect too much from them and they gone. They back out of the church. And then people want to say to them, oh, people come into church and they run out. Because the church got too many damn standards and rules. And when I say that, people say, oh, I'm not judgmental. Yes, you are. I don't look at anybody. Yes, you do. It's unconditional. No, it ain't. And I'm not talking about the church. I'm just talking about this is one place that all of us are together with all of our moods and issues and concerns, bumps, bruises, and attitudes. You know what I'm saying? Really. I don't want to be in no boxes like that no more. I don't. Anywhere. That's why I don't go to the Cavallero. Sorry, whoever owns it. Nothing against you. I just don't like the Cavallero. I don't. I love the Blue Note, but now I'm back with Verano again. You know, and I'm a mama. I pray. I'm not the best mama in the world. Please, I'm not even trying to say that. But I prayed for babies. I didn't even take some, not on a baby. I don't know baby. I take that back. I don't know baby. I'll take some more kids, though. I would. I'm not too old to have kids. I ain't pregnant by nobody. I'm celibate. You know, people, him be lucky he gets something now because God kind of got me where I'm starting to look at it a little different now. I used to tell my mama, how you don't want to do it? Mama, how come you ain't got, mama, you know, now I see like, okay, well, do I really want to go through all that? Right? I said, okay, no. And then I had to, I'm staying with what I'm saying, but I had to put on my bossy side away, you know, because God's working on me with all that. Ain't nobody want to get with me, and I'm going to boss them around through the whole sexual act. No, ow! Damn, you pinched me. Don't do that. Stop. You're my earring. Why, God, who taught you that? Look, this is not Pornhub. I'm not gonna say it was better because it wasn't. And I am not a whore, but you know, I'm just saying, you know, I have no celibacy going. It's like fasting. Seriously. A lot of the in the beginning of the healing, a lot of my fasting was forced. You know, I'd say that and people look at me so strange. A lot of when God first began healing me, I went through some forced fast. And I'm not even talking about the Desert Storm syndrome I get where I get sick. And it wasn't even that. It was amazing. I could not eat. I couldn't eat. I couldn't think of nothing to eat. I mean, it was a forced fast. It was, and not one day, not 2 days, wasn't no 40 days either. But and then I would be ravenous, and I would eat and eat and eat. And then next thing I know, that Desert Storm syndrome would come on me. And the thing of it was, I had that since 92. Been getting sick like that. Nobody knew it. And I never paid attention to it until after the first couple fasts. Then I started to really notice just how sick I got. I haven't had that in a couple months. Praise God. I guess it's good. But when he started to pull that weight off, I try to explain this to people, and they probably think I'm just weird or tripping. It was like the weight came out like this. You know what I'm saying? It's like I threw the weight up and I shit the weight out. every time I would get sick, I would lose. I mean, and I'm talking about I continued to drink water and I drank soup and I drink juice because I knew that I could get dehydrated. That's how long I've had that syndrome, is what they call it. And I know that I can't go to the hospital. Ronald don't have nobody but me. There's nobody. Okay, I can't go to the hospital. So I knew, as being a nurse, that I had to stay hydrated. That would keep me out of the hospital. No matter how much throwing up and diarrhea you have, if you stay hydrated, you don't need to go to the hospital. It'll pass. And the syndrome passes. Sometimes it would take longer, but this is what I noticed too. When God started healing me, and He took me through the first couple forced fasts, fasts. The syndrome lasted less time. It would used to last like a week. Then it shortened to 3 days. And I'm like to you not, it actually only happened. The last time I had it, I was so sick for 1 day. And then you know what was really funny? I was so sick, and then I said to myself, I ain't sick. I'm serious. I was like, I ain't sick. It was like I didn't feel that sick. I didn't. It was just that I was sick. I was throwing up and doing what I do when I had a syndrome. But when that one time of that was done, I had to do it like that. It was like I didn't feel that need to go lay down, because I would have to lay down and be sick all day. I couldn't do nothing for Ronald, because he take care of himself. But I didn't feel none of that. I didn't want to go anywhere, but I didn't feel that. And that was the last time I had it. But He took all that weight off of me. I mean, it looks like I have on baggy pajamas. It does. And it's funny. I was beating myself up for that too. I was like, oh my God, look at my body. I've lost this weight now. And manifestation. Let me tell you how God works. Manifestation. I started, he told me, I was wondering how I was gonna get toned and everything. And I told you, God just said, do what I used to do. I used to be a gymnast and a cheerleader and a dancer. So I dance. I dance around here all the time. I started usually early in the morning. I dance till I'm tired. And then I stop. And I get stiff and I hurt and I do all that. But I deliberately do things on purpose. I stretch on purpose. I'm not good at it. And I make a whole lot of noise while I'm doing a whole lot of noise. Oh, goddamn. Oh. I was going to, because I get up so early in the morning, like I'm always up by 4:30. So I was going to allow, because I'm inviting people into all this. Not my idea, but it's working. I was going to also let people see my morning routine, not my pooping in the shower and putting on my lashes, but I pray and I meditate and I pay homage to God. And I pay homage to God and my ancestors by first. I have 2 bells, but I'll let you see this. One of them is my mama's. I have my mama's bell somewhere. It's a brass bell. I had to replace the ding-a-ling in here. So what I did, because I make earrings, I put a bead in there. And it sounds so pretty, but hers is brass. I think it's in my room. But I do. It's a routine. I pay homage to God and to my ancestors. And I ring a bell. This is a crystal bell. I ring a bell, not to awaken them, but to let them know I'm coming. Not that I'm scaring nobody or anything. Please stay with me. I alert them to let them know that I'm coming. I light some incense for the smell and the good to send up good scents and stuff. And I light sage and bay leaves together to ward off any evil that has come upon it tonight. And it doesn't have to be evil that someone brought upon me. Like I said, I have a shadow side. I could have thought some shit myself. So basically, I burn the sage and open the doors and windows to let that out, whatever it is, okay? And then I talk to them. I talk to my grandmama and all them while I'm getting ready to take my shower. But once I go in the bathroom and close the door, it's just me and God. Seriously. Now I don't call him God. I don't say God this, God that. It's just everything and anything I talk about, even the arguments that I have when nobody's talking to me, even when I'm talking back to because I have my phone in there and I'm listening to motivational things. Sometimes I listen. It don't always have to be Christian. Sometimes I listen to gospel. It don't always have to be gospel. I listen to different things, mantras and positivity. If I start listening to something and it turned negative, like, they'll start out saying, you have to tell yourself that, you're going to accomplish anything and anything you can do. And if they start saying, don't worry about what your mama did, no, I turn it from that. Because to tell me that is putting it in my mind. You start telling me, don't worry about what Patricia George Jean did. Patricia George Jean right here in my face. All I think about is what Patricia George Jean did. So no, no. Again, with all the preachers and teachers I've had all throughout my life or whatever, because I've had some bad ones, I'm telling you. Something about me, they see me now, I'm going to get her. You sit down. I'm serious. I had a teacher, an English teacher. I just moved to Oakland. And, you see the picture of the natural, that one right there, big old natural and everything. I'm getting ready to have fun with everybody else. She moved me from the back of the class to the front because I wouldn't stop talking. I was that child that say good citizen but talk too much. That was me. She moved me to the front of the class, dead center, where I was sitting right in front of her desk. And she asked me about something, and I told her I already read that. I read The Spook Who Sat by the Door a long time ago. I didn't say it like that. I wasn't flippant. My mom, believe me. Patricia George Jean raised hell. Wasn't nobody gonna do nothing to me, but my mom made it very clear, don't you do nothing either. Because when I defend you, you gonna be right. So I didn't disrespect, but you ain't gonna disrespect me either. But it wasn't like that. She wasn't trying to. She said, so that's what she said. I went home that Friday. I met her on a Monday. I went home that Friday with 5 books. She tried to challenge me, right? She had no idea that though I burned trees and hung out with the riffraff, when I went home, I went home. So when I came back to school, she said she wanted a verbal report. And she just named one of the books, and I told her about the book. Not deep, not word for word, but I told her about the book because I read the book. And she's like, okay. So she started giving me, instead of 5 books, she would give me 3. And when I say 5 books, like she gave me, it wasn't like The Tale of Two Cities and Oliver Twist. It wasn't like that. She would give me a book, like the book Holds. And then she would give me another book. I'm just making this one up because I read this when I was in the 3rd grade. It was called After You, My Dear Alphonse. And it was about, I had to tell you, it was about these 2 best friends. And they would spend 15 minutes going into a door because he would always bow to him and say, after you, my dear Alphonse. He said, oh no, after you, my dear Alphonse. I forgot who Alphonse was, but anyway, I remembered that. But anyway, I would tell her about the books. So in doing that, having to tell her about the books and having to read the books, oftentimes I didn't get to go hang out with the riffraff because she was my 4th period teacher. If I saw her at all, she would change her mind between verbal to written or something like that. Depending on, I realize now, on the company that I was keeping. Her name was Miss Jackson. Anyway, this went on both. I went from, in the junior, I went from the first semester from regular English to advanced. And then I had her also as a senior. I was like, damn. Because she, I had teachers that made me do stuff, and I was like any other kid, even though I like learning everything, I didn't want to do nothing. But I always had teachers that made me do stuff. And even when I was a cheerleader, I'd be walking around with all the cheerleaders, and she would call me out and have me go do something. And I didn't mind. I mean, it wasn't until I became an adult that I realized that I was being pulled away from fun. Because I'm not, don't get me wrong, I am not the good girl, but I'm a good girl. I'm obedient. It don't hurt to go do what the old lady said. I'll be catch up with y'all. I'll be there in a minute. I gotta go. Miss Marble want me to run to the store. Shit. Run to the store, get what she said. If I can remember everything, and bring her back a chain, I'm gone. I'm gonna get a bazooka out of it. Trust and believe me. I didn't have to spin Miss Marble's chain. Miss Marble gonna break me off. I don't know how I got there, but I'm just saying. Seriously. But even when it ended up this way, and I didn't look back on this. Honestly, did not look back on this. I went to defend my master's thesis. I as a senior, because of Miss Jackson, I had already been writing poetry. Now I'm telling you, I've been writing since I was 8. Short stories, all these other things. Well, she was always interested in my writing because she found out I could write because of the way I told her stories. And she wanted to know, did I tell stories? And I said, yeah, I write poems and stuff. Oh, she really got interested then. She started reading my poetry and everything, and helping me. Not she wasn't one of those people. She told me very upfront, don't let nobody change your art. Do not let a person, especially someone who does not paint, draw, sing, tap, or anything, tell you how to do it. If you don't paint, don't come telling me how you would have painted the picture, because you wouldn't have painted it that way because you can't paint. I don't say that, but that's the way it is. No, if you had written this poem, you would not have written that poem that way because you don't write poetry. This woman bored that into my head. Because a lot of times I was doing my poetry in front of the class or reading my short stories or something. And some asshole in the back would say, well, and she would look at me. And I'd tell them, no, you wouldn't have said that because you can't write. You know what I'm saying? Because they would be trying to mock me. And I had to learn to mock back. You understand? Because I hated public humiliation and I would shut up. And she wasn't going to let me shut up. So what ended up happening was senior assembly, the final assembly, graduation assembly before graduation the next day. I presented 2 poems. That morning, I recited both poems to the principal. Now, he listened enough to have me correct the poem, because I wrote a poem, Thank You, Teacher, for Teaching Me, and the lynching and burning of our black seeds. Thank You, Teacher, for Teaching Me was Miss Jackson's poem. It was Thank You, Miss Jackson, for teaching me. He told me I couldn't single her out because I had other teachers. And, the thing of it was, she even had made mention after before I did my poetry, when she presented me, that when I came to her, I was not interested. I was not doing anything. My records showed that I had a D average. And in that short span of time, I went from a 2.0 to a 4-point grade average. Completely. My whole senior year, I made nothing but A's. Not because I wanted to, it's because I was interested again. Not because I wanted to please her, but because she had, some horrible person, because we had moved all around and I was new to the school, all that kind of stuff. How you gonna move in the middle of your life, right? But he listened enough to change that part, but he didn't listen to the second poem. Okay? So I got up and I was on the stage. Now, let me tell you what I had on. I have to tell you this. My mother always made my dresses when I wore them, because most people only saw me in jeans and everything. So this was a shock too. I went up on that stage in this pink jumper, hot pink jumper. I had puff sleeve blouse on it. The blouse was short, but the jumper, it was like overalls. It was hot pink and it was short, pleated. All thighs out. And I had on, it was pink and green checkered knee-high socks that came over my knees like Peppi Longstocking, and some pink tennis shoes, high top tennis shoes. And I always wore my hair in 2 puffs or a natural. And when I wore a natural like that took a lot of work, trust and believe me. So puffs. I got up on the stage and I did the poem for Miss Jackson. And the only part I can remember from that poem is you told me there was nothing in the world that I couldn't do to be like the Rock of Gibraltar and be strong too. I remember that part of the poem. But then when I did the lynching and burning of our black seeds, understand that's a very deep poem, and it's relevant for now, but people I ain't gonna do it. But I had